Hello, folks. We are live here back at ThorpeTube on YouTube and Kick. And we just came fresh off of, well, my dad just came fresh off of being booted.
I got ganked.
He got yanked off the stage, booted, end call, terminated. Hasta la vista from the line. He was calling in about gender-affirming care to a trans and non-binary woman. These women were taking the calls. Just bring it up here.
I don't think you can call them women.
Well, ladies?
I don't know what their pronouns are.
Hello, Lala.
Them.
They. It's like
They.
too easy, but yes, they. They, them did not enjoy the conversation.
Yeah, but if you rewind their part of this call, they say like, oh, we really want to hear from people who disagree.
Yeah, no, I think I literally texted you because
we don't want to be giving people advice who are like, whatever, dealing with their trans issues. So
yeah,
I was like, okay, cool.
Couldn't have been more like, please call in if you disagree with trans ideology.
Yeah, so I led off because they have a screener. I said, like, I'm transphobic, but I think it's normal to be transphobic. And anyways, I was going to go into the title, Gender Affirming Care is Evidence-Based, which I think is true.
Yeah.
But we couldn't get past whether a trans person, male to female, who has a full beard and is wearing a dress is weird. And that, like, it's okay for kids to say that's weird, which it is.
Yeah, it's definitely okay.
It's totally okay for a 5-year-old. They said, what about a 5-year-old? I said, for a 5-year-old, you just say, yeah.
Yeah.
It's weird. And you can affirm when they go, bleh. You can go, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. No.
Trans people should not be offended by people saying they're weird because they are. They're like literally unusual. We're weird.
Openly. So it was interesting because having a beard is a choice, wearing a dress is a choice, putting them together is a choice, and it's an odd choice. You're trolling.
Yeah.
And I don't really think it's like terrible that someone's trolling. But if a 5-year-old goes, what the fuck is that? Then I think it's my response is, yeah, that's
5-year-olds shouldn't be gaslit into not speaking their minds and pointing out things that are obviously true. Like,
I'm not what they want me to say it's normal. It's not normal. But anyways, we can get into it.
Yeah.
It's trolling. This person's
trolling. But they know
trolling,
it's not normal. Before that you actually came on, they were discussing how trans people make up 2% of the population, and that's a large figure. That's a large estimate. It's much lower than that. But like, even if it is 2%, okay, so it's odd.
I mean, like, it depends what you mean by trans people, but like,
oh, whatever. People who have one sex and identify as a different gender.
Well, is Luxander a trans person?
This one, Luxander, is, I heard her say that she identifies as non-binary, pretty sure.
But that's not trans.
No, it means neither man nor woman, which actually she's doing a pretty good job of communicating, I would say.
Yeah.
I couldn't tell whether she was a man or a woman, but I think she is.
Well, I mean, what the problem, like, the problem is the reason you can't get past word one with these people is because they have no consistent way of thinking, and I can help them. I do think saying gender is different than sex is a legit insight, but it doesn't liberate you from reality.
Yeah, true. Doesn't liberate you from reality.
One of my favorite streamers, Quadir, is obviously a male who has a gender identity of being a sassy black woman, and that's relatively comprehensible. I mean, that's not that unusual, and I would not want Quadir to try to, at this point, do anything other than be Quadir, which is that.
Yeah.
Lean into it at this point.
But his sex is male.
His sex is male, and he's open about it.
Yeah. You're not going to get past that. So I'm at the beginning of your call, if you want to get into it.
But I think we can't, like, Quadir has no interest in saying that I'm not male. Like, he's packing. You know what I mean?
Yeah, right.
But he's not really all about that. That's not his thing. He doesn't talk about that. Whatever Quadir does, and how he navigates that is up to him. I can imagine what goes on, but I have really no idea. So,
no idea. Yeah, I'm trying to find the Quentin Crisp video. I'll keep looking for it, but
let's go in. Let's just go into it. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Let's go with 13.4. Does that seem right?
Looks good.
All right. So we are going to be talking to Ben, him from Rhode Island. Ben.
And by the way, I just want to say, because these people have copyright struck before, this is transformative content. You are allowed to review content on YouTube. This is perfectly fair use. And if they do this shit, I'm going to report them.
We're going to report them, yeah.
I'm going to report them.
They'll get struck back harder. They'll lose their channel.
Yeah. If they false flag for this, like, you are not allowed to do that. This is transformative. We're allowed to review.
And you can cry that you're not allowed to exist. And that will be what I do, is take you out of existence.
Yeah.
So
your channel will be gone.
that's up to you.
Whoever runs this channel, don't fuck with that shit.
And you are live on the line.
Well, it's no problem, because we'll just go to Kick for a while, end their whole channel, and then come back to YouTube when we're exonerated. But I don't think they're that stupid. But
I don't think they're that stupid, but they have tried it before. So
I've already done Matt Dillahunty.
Yeah, he did do Matt Dillahunty,
but Grace threw it in the garbage because she had some issues. But anyways, we're starting new.
Fresh start.
About that, most people are transphobic. So tell us about it.
Hey, sure, yeah, and I really appreciate your openness. I would say I think most people are transphobic. I think the term, like the what do you call it, suffix phobic, can mean fear of, but it can also mean just like avoidant of, if you know what I mean. Like just prefer to, like a cat avoids water, not with a particular, sort of hatred, but just avoidant. And I think most people are in that case. I think there are people who are genuinely transphobic in the latter. Like I don't identify as someone on the latter side of that. But like, for example, I have 6 kids. If they encountered someone who was like, I don't know how to say this, but like a man with a beard wearing a dress, I think they're going to go, that's kind of weird. And I think that's okay to say that.
Well, how would you answer that, Ben? So let's say your kid comes up and you see, if you see, a person with a beard wearing a dress, what would you, and your kid was like, ooh, that's gross, or ooh, that's weird. What would you say as the parent in that situation?
What they're trying to do here is they're trying to equivocate like a man with a beard and a dress to, like, you know how if kids see like a retarded person or someone with like missing an arm or with one of those arms,
or a midget,
claw, or a midget, they'll go like, they'll be freaked out or whatever.
Yeah.
They might say like ew or something. And parents generally, parents
or a burn victim.
Mm-hmm. Right. And
who like doesn't have a nose and is like breathing through 2 holes. Yeah.
Parents will say, don't say that. Don't be rude.
Penny him. I don't have a problem with telling you my pronouns. They're not my pronouns. They're just obvious, but we're going to play this game.
Do you think that they're trying to equivocate that to seeing a man in a dress, like with a full beard and everything? We're not talking about passing trans women. We're talking about like people who are doing the beard and the dress thing.
What I'm saying is, if you're a man who chooses to grow a beard and wear a dress, you are you're identifying someone who's trolling gender norms, and there are going to be social consequences that you expect. I mean, just there's simply, we live in society. If you do that in your house, nobody cares. If you go out of your house looking like that, you're going to get the reaction that anyone would get. And that's what you're doing on purpose. You're choosing to do that. Part of it may be a genuine, like, sense you like it. Another part of it is that you are trolling society.
Yes.
Openly.
Just like if you go out, you can do any number of these kind of things. You could go out and wear a mask and walk around. It's perfectly legal.
Grace, can you change the title? These are not trans women. I think that's an inaccurate title.
Sure.
And so, and also, I think you want to put call-ins welcome.
I did add that. It's not showing up on StreamYard, but I did add that. What do you want me to call it? I just tried to make it clickbaity. I don't care. Queer women, queer people.
I would say attempted castration.
Attempted castration person.
Internet castration attempt.
Yeah, but like by who? What would you call them?
By Matt Dillahunty's ball washers. This is his thing, you know.
Yes. Okay. Matt Dillahunty's queer army attempt internet.
Well, I don't know. You can do whatever you want. I leave it to you. Maybe chat has an idea.
Cuts off cis white hetero male.
Tries to cut off my dad's balls or Ben Thorpe's balls.
Chat, what do we think?
Castrate.
Okay,
look, the thing is, whatever you want to call it, like,
there we go.
Like, this is not like a tough one for me. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah, I do know that.
Like, this is funny. This is humor. It's like trolling trolls. This is what this is, right? It's like trolling trolls. And like, the problem with being a troll is you have to have a sense of humor. If you don't have a sense of humor as a troll, you just look like an idiot.
True. Yeah. Based Catholic professor Rex they thems. Yeah, I know. This is not particularly like this is. It's like
it's hilarious. The whole thing is like. The whole thing is like, it's a clusterfuck. It's hilarious, right? Like, and I say something that's like the most obvious thing in the world, and they get in hysterics and end up like, after saying like, oh, we just want to hear a different point of view, like saying like, trying to say like, we need to kill him.
Yes.
Okay, it's fine.
Damien says, it says on their channel description they are trans and the voice is a dead giveaway. Yes, this is a trans woman. This is a non-binary. This is a trans woman, biological male. This is a, I'm pretty sure, biological female, non-binary. So, they're not both trans women is the point. Anyway, it doesn't really matter.
Well, trans implies that there are two sexes.
Yes, it does, yeah.
So, actually, a trans and a non-binary are like, they're from different planets in terms of understanding, right?
No, the non-binary also agrees that there is a binary. They're just saying I'm not in the binary. So they both agree that there's two sexes, basically. Right?
Sort of, but what is non-binary? It's just a failed one or the other. I don't know. I mean, the whole trans thing depends on there being two and only two sexes.
Well, right.
In some ways, they're coming from they actually are not speaking the same language.
But they're not saying non-binary as a sex. They're saying you can conform with male genders. You can conform.
Grace, I'm not interested in talking with you about this. You don't understand my point. But like, I get that in some ways, really basically what they are is people with daddy issues. Okay, so there are different articulations of daddy issues.
Yeah.
but like they're fundamentally, there's a tension, let's just say, with saying I'm really a female who was born male, and there wouldn't be a tension with saying I'm a male who's born female, a female. I don't know, whatever. Yeah. I'm a male who was born female.
Yeah.
Okay, that's the same thing in reverse.
Yeah.
But adding to it, I'm one of the 8,000 other identities. I'm a demisexual. I'm a this. I'm a that. I'm that. It kind of screws it up because the first group of people are saying, they really are saying it's a binary.
That's true. Yeah, and I'm going from one to the other. Yeah, that is true. Trans were the original.
They demand that they be called. They sometimes, and there's all different varieties of this, but they demand that they be treated like the sex that they identify as.
Yeah.
Okay, and then they go to great lengths to. Some of them go to great lengths to attempt to act like that sex, even though they really don't know how to, but they create a cartoon version of the sex that they think they really are.
Yeah.
And demand that everyone, agree with them.
Yes. Agree naturally, which is almost impossible unless you really pass.
Yeah, Josie. If Josie was walking by, I wouldn't give a second look.
This is Josie.
Josie's a trans person who's attempting to pass, although goes on this public stream and obviously lets the cat out of the bag.
Mm. Yeah.
So course, yeah. Whatever that is, I guess you could say there's... it depends what you mean by trans women. I just think it's like everything, if we just use a term, there's a million subcategories. So a dude in a dress with a beard who's packing and isn't taking hormones, that might be just a guy who's trolling, like Provo Kid. You know what I mean? He's just... Yeah. Or it's, whatever. I don't know.
Yeah.
That's not really the same.
I love how trans have a male conception of what a female is. They automatically start wearing lipstick and skirts and handbags and start faking giggles and love the color pink. That is man's mind. Yeah, it's funny. It's funny.
When you make a project of being a woman, it's essentially different than being a woman.
Yes, it's a man's approach to being a woman. So
yeah, you get the gear, you go on Amazon, you get all the gear, you do a lot of research. Right? It's like...
Yeah. Right.
And the problem is they're actually really... I know there are people, I know there are people who say that they are doing the opposite, but doing the opposite is just being basically a feminist.
Doing the opposite of
going what? Transitioning the other way. No one actually even cares because most women are effectively men, and so there's no real... It's normal to act in every way like a man and even look like a man, wear pants, you know what I mean? It's it's just a fashion choice to go all the way. It's, I think, extraordinarily rare.
J-Mon with $2. Ben, you have to choose left or right.
And you're saying right is a female?
I'm pretty sure that's a female. Look at the face, the weak chin. I think it's a woman.
What do I have to choose? To have sex with one?
Yeah.
I'd have to say the one on the right.
If they were both female, would you choose left? Well, obviously, right? The shaved head, yeah.
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 What would you say as the parent in that situation?
It depends how old the kid is and all that.
They're both men? Are you sure? This one really... I know they call themselves trans people. I don't know.
Luxander?
Luxander?
It sounds like your name was Alexander.
That's true, but it also sounds like, okay, maybe you're a woman who is trying to seem more masculine, but you want a half girl, half boy name, so Luxander. I don't know.
That kind of stuff.
When you get enough hormones going.
Well, let's play.
Yeah.
Get out. So let's start with 5 years old. What would you say?
I think the chat is correct. They're both dudes.
Really? Okay.
I think you're
I would
wrong.
say, it is.
Would
you take that face and you AI it? That's a guy. Plus, women generally don't do this endless parsing.
Yes.
You know, they're not interested in sitting there like flipping in it. You know what I mean? It's a male thing.
Well, what do you mean? There's women on the line who do like the atheism thing, queer thing, liberal thing. No.
Yeah, they just get angry, yell at you.
That's true. I remember Eve.
I take issue. So having interacted with a lot of children when they see something gender non-conforming, like when I was like presenting as a masculine person and I was wearing rainbow earrings, they're like, "You're a boy, are you wearing a rainbow?" I was like, "Yeah, rainbows are cool." And then they go, "Okay, that's cool." Like, I think that your assumption that your children will think it's weird is because...
Okay, let's add to this. These two are Carl and Poroshenko.
I'd have to do Poroshenko.
Speaking of Poroshenko, guys, I found my dad's original letter requesting his presence at the restraining order hearing in New Hampshire. I am going to be putting that on eBay, I think, framed. Or maybe
I want to know my wall of shame.
Maybe we should keep it. I want a wall of the restraining orders.
Yeah.
Ruby, Courtney, Carlin Poroshenko. And let's keep adding to the list.
Yeah, no, plenty of room left.
And all your convictions too. I wanted all of it on the wall.
You treat it like it's weird already, and they have absorbed that from you. It like that you would reaffirm the idea that like somebody wearing clothes is weird, like means that you are a bad influence on the next generation of people.
Well, I mean, my daughter's a streamer. I'm not streaming now, but I encourage her to go to a drag bar and watch a drag show. And I don't have any problem with that.
Why would your reaction not be with the 5-year-old? Like, some people like to wear dresses.
Because I actually think if we came across, I believe we came across you, Josie, wearing what you're wearing, no kid would have any problem with that. They would just, you know what I mean? You're passing.
Yes,
you know
I am
But
passing.
I think other people.
Yes, I understand my privilege.
Other people, having a beard is a choice that, is publicly kind of saying like, I'm trolling.
I mean, like, I just found this picture. That's true. That's a troll. That's not just like, oh, some people like to dress differently. It's like this person is playing with like they're trolling. It's fine.
Well, it's the essence of a drag queen is it is a troll. It's funny. I mean, it's in entertainment. It's a trope that goes way, way back as a joke, but also it was done at a certain point because women weren't allowed to be part of acting troupes. So it was done so that you could have someone play the female part, as I understand it. But
right, that's true.
Jonathan Van Ness, so after this call, they said, I have no problem with Jonathan Van Ness. Neither do I. But Jonathan Van Ness is trolling.
He is trolling.
I'm not saying, this guy is not saying, don't notice me, I'm just being me. He's saying, me is interesting. And I agree with him. I think that's funny. I think it's funny. It's a visual joke, and he knows it.
He knows it. I appreciate it. He could shave his beard and whatever, wear makeup and try to look.
And I think he's a comedian, and I think he's probably a funny comedian, and the joke is baked in. I mean,
Warden says, I think it's a shit test. It's about control. Take me seriously or else.
The problem is if you're making a joke, you can't also be on a moral sort of, you can choose one or the other, but you can't do both. It's the problem I had with Dead Man.
Right.
You can be joking, and that's fine, but you can't also claim the moral high ground.
Yeah.
I mean, you can, but that's even more of a joke. And to point out that it doesn't make sense, you get trolled, and then you don't like it. You lose your sense of humor and immediately call for the death of the superior troll. That's how trolling works. I win as a troll.
I agree.
Jonathan Van Ness would not call for my immediate castration and death.
No.
But he's not going to insist if my kids go, like, that's a little weird. I think he would say, like, I have no problem with that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm weird. I think they're dressing how they want, and giving them attention is giving in to exactly what you're complaining about. But I don't mind if people want attention for being weird. That's
one of the flavors of trans, and it's the old flavor, is that you are trolling in order to get beaten up. Why are the rates of murder of trans people so high? It's because they, as I understand it, the old school, a lot of times they would choose black guys to do this with. What they're doing is trolling the kind of masculine, fake masculine thing that is in black culture. There are a lot of black guys who end up secretly doing stuff, right? Because they don't have, right, the Joe's bros, the repressed homosexuals, right? The and their troll is to, then sort of like whip out their dick. And I think sometimes the black guy is like, that's great. And other times it's like, that really makes me mad. And this happened in your school.
Yep. A trans woman catfished a black guy, and he called her a T word, and she called him the N word. And
yeah, I mean, but the problem is
sides.
The problem is the trans person in that case was catfishing a black guy who the other black guys were going, bro, that's a dude, right?
Yeah.
And he got pulled in because he's secretly gay.
Yes.
Okay, and so that's the troll.
Yep.
Is you want dick. Okay. And he was warned, and he's like, no, bro, that's a bitch. Like, that is a hot piece of pussy. And it's like...
When you say he had to have known, everyone knew this girl. I think her name was Charlotte. Trans girl, and everyone. She was passing, but like not particularly well. Like you could tell.
So he got played. He got trolled. Yeah. All the other black guys were like, "Nigga, I mean, we warned you, right?"
Yeah.
So she won.
Yeah. No.
And then he had to resort to, transphobia, and then she resorted back with racist slurs, and like she won.
Right.
Sorry, you got played.
Yeah.
If you're saying like, I'm gonna fuck this bitch and it's a dude, you got played. I don't know how to say it. Like,
yeah,
I got taken in once with photos, and then people showed me the
bulge.
Like the bulge, and I was like, and then the person was nice enough to say, like, no, I'm born male, and I was like, no problem, wish you the best, but like, troll's over.
Yeah. I want to show this clip briefly. It's from a documentary on Quentin Crisp, who was like this old F-slur who
this is the old school shit.
Used to go.
Yeah. This is
him.
And this is like very well known. It's somewhat niche, but like
take a walk on the wild side.
Very well known. I mean, that this is a path that you can take, but it's a dangerous path, and there is a sort of death wish involved in trolling like this in a homophobic society like England.
Yeah.
With a ton of repressed homosexuality like England has. Like, you're gonna be the one who trolls that. Okay, good troll, but you're gonna get your ass kicked, and like that is, he knows, part of the deal, and at least he recognizes it. Yeah, it's different now, but like this is what old school trans open trans stuff was about. It was about that dynamic. It's not an accident of the dynamic.
Yes.
It's the dynamic.
Yes. Listen to
this.
But
if you're doing it in your room privately, okay, which I'm sure there were guys who did that. Like, I think J. Edgar Hoover did that and stuff. Okay, that's a different thing. That's actually just like exploring it on your own. But going out, you're not going out hoping you don't get your ass kicked.
No.
You're going out to troll England, and like it needed the troll. Good for you, Quentin.
Yeah.
It was like 40 years ago when my hair was hennaed, my eyelids were gold, my fingernails and my toenails were gold, and I was blind with mascara and dumb with lipstick. Sometimes it led to my being beaten up, mauled about, and sometimes actually beaten up. But this, of course, I had to expect. My way of going on is a protest, and the beating up is a counter-protest.
That's just like, that's how people used to see it. He's protesting perhaps their macho masculinity, and they're protesting his offense against masculinity by being a man wearing lipstick. Okay. It's like a dance between the two, you know?
Well, I mean, in many ways, okay, you look at him here, he's not that different than an old school dandy.
Yeah.
Okay, a lot of men, we know this, wore wigs and makeup and etc. and was considered masculine. Yeah. But it rode the line. This goes back to the Middle Ages. Look at some of the pictures of the dandies in the Middle Ages with their tights on and their, you know what I mean? Their, you know, their fabulous. It was the peacocking, right? It was,
yes,
which we don't really do anymore today. Mm-hmm. But I love doing it. I feel like I'd be a dandy.
Yeah,
I love rocking like great threads. I love those African guys who like basically spend all their money on fancy French clothes and like just strut around the tribe with huts, like just going like, I'm the shit. I think that's cool.
In some ways, a pimp is a modern day black dandy in a way, but these, yeah. So anyways, this is a very interesting Seven Men by Quentin Crisp.
No, we should play it for a little musical interlude. The Kinks, dedicated follower of fashion.
Dedicated follower of fashion.
I mean, they're calling this guy, they're calling this guy a homo, right? They're just saying like,
yes,
dude, it's a thing. These people exist. They'll always exist. Sometimes they're just like a really well-dressed guy. Sometimes they're, you know, just be a woman, dude. You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah. I'm going to grab something. I'll be right back.
They seek him here.
They seek him there.
His clothes are loud,
but never square.
It will make or break him, so he's got to buy the best, 'cause he's a dedicated follower of fashion. And when he does his
little round
the boutiques,
I mean, you could show a picture while this is running of Tristan Tate.
That's true.
Fashion trends, because he's a dedicated follower of fashion. Or show Clavicular and Waller talking about how to pull in your waistcoat.
Yes.
Dedicated follower of fashion.
oh yes he is. Oh
yes, he is.
Oh, yes, he is.
Oh, yes, he is. One thing that he loves, and that is flattery. Polka dots, the next one, he's in stripes, 'cause he's a dedicated follower of fashion.
They see him there.
Regent Street and Leicester Square.
Everywhere the Carnation army marches
That's his own dedicated follower of
fashion.
Oh, yes, he is.
Oh, yes,
Oh,
he
yes,
is.
he
Oh,
is.
yes, he is.
Oh, yes,
Oh,
he
yes, he
is.
is.
This world is built round discotheques and
And
parties.
parties.
This pleasure-seeking
Individual always looks his best.
He's a
Dedicated follower of fashion.
oh, yes, he is.
Oh, yes, he is.
Oh, yes, he is.
Oh, yes, he is. It's from shop to shop, just like a butterfly.
Matters of the cloth, he is as thick as can be. 'Cause he's a
Dedicated follower of fashion.
He's
He's a dedicated follower of fashion.
He's a
Dedicated follower of fashion.
Yeah, absolute classic.
Well, they also sang Lola, right?
Yes. Yeah.
Let's play that one. That's an exploration of transgenderism.
Is it? Lola the Kinks lyrics. I forget how that goes.
When he was a she. Good, great songs also. Just the club down in No Soho, champagne and it tastes just like cherry cola. LA cola. She walked up to me and she asked me to dance and to her name and the top of my face she said Lola. Hello, LA Lola. La 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 Lola. I'm not the world's most physical guy. Squeezed me tight, she nearly broke my spine. Lola. He had some clues.
Yeah. Smith type
But
encounter.
I can't understand why she talk like a woman and talk like a man. Lola. La 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 Lola. I mean, it's a joke. The whole song is a joke.
Yeah.
Where you as the audience are getting increasingly clued in, like, bro, it's a dude. Champagne and danced all night. Electric candlelight. Me up and sat me on the heat. Boy, won't you come home with me? I'm not the world's most passionate guy. Dinner for my Lola. La 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 Lola. Lola. La 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 Lola. Pushed her away. I walked to the door. I fell to the floor and went down on my knees. I looked at her and she at me. To be that way for my Lola. La 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 la. That's how I feel about Furby.
Yeah.
Boys and boys will be girls. It's a mixed up, muddled up, shook up world except Lola. La 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 la. Just a week before.
A little Wild Heart Forever. I see you backstage. Can you put in the back chat what you want to talk about?
No, bring him up. Go, right after this song.
Right after the song, then. Hold on.
World's most masculine man. What I am, and I'm glad I'm a man, and so is Lola. La 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 Lola. La 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 Lola. I mean, I would like to ask these two people on the line, like, is this a transphobic song?
Yeah, right.
You know?
Right.
Who knows?
I think trans.
I think it's just playing with the reality that sometimes you get ganked.
Yeah, but
if you're new to the game.
Similarly to how gay people lost their edge when they became normalized, I think trans people have a certain, well, trans women, okay, nobody cares about trans men, but trans women have a certain edge that can be funny and interesting.
All right, let's bring up Wild Heart Forever. Love, thanks for coming up. We're having a kind of a free-flowing thing here. We got into a little bit of a moral quandary, but hopefully you'll have something to say. And we'll bring up Spicoli just a second. Can we put everybody on?
Yes, just give me a second. Can you say something? Just so
Wild Heart's good. Wild Heart's good.
Okay.
Yeah. I'll just join just for a chat and yeah.
We're talking a little. We talked with some people who are gender non-conforming, I guess.
Yeah, non-binary.
Spicoli, you're welcome to come up.
And a transgender.
And any thoughts about
that? What gender non-conforming?
What are you looking for?
I want us three on there. There you go.
There you go. Dad, zoom out a little bit. Your face is too big. It's like you can't even see the edge.
Well, I was saying where the controversy was that I was saying, and Grace and I both had this experience. There wasn't a kid with us, but if there was a man with a dress and a full beard, and a kid says that's weird, I think I would agree with the kid.
Yeah, the correct response is, yeah, that's weird.
I don't really think you can explain much beyond that to a 5-year-old.
Yeah.
Yeah. A man in a dress with a full beard is kind of weird.
He's trolling. I would say he's trolling.
Yeah.
Spicoli, what's going on, my brother?
And I don't understand why that's such a problem. He's messing with society norms on purpose. Okay, that's okay. But why do you have to lie about it and say oh no, some people just like to wear dresses?
If kid is going to be naturally phobic of that, I don't trust that. I think that's okay.
That's healthy.
But maybe if the kid's talking about it endlessly, furious, he might say, "Oh, something odd here." But
I wouldn't get angry about it or anything.
No.
But it is weird. Yeah.
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 It's more than just unusual. I think it's weird. It's a troll, and I'm just saying for a kid to notice that is Spicoli. What's going on over there? You got a lot of background noise.
Oh, sorry. I'm outside, but I want to ask you a quick question before I go to lunch.
Sure.
Who wants to castrate you? Why would anybody want to cut your big penis off?
Castration usually is the balls, but
these
two
and Matt Dillahunty
ended up saying that I was
is that Teresa Harris?
It's someone named Josie on the left and Luxander on the right, but these people are loosely related to Matt Dillahunty.
So they want to cut your big balls off, Ben. Ben, admit it, you have super big balls like me, don't you?
I've never actually
measured. What you need to do is
thought about figuring that out. I got enough problems as it is.
I never even thought about it.
No, I heard that Jeremy was talking to D-Dog, and he's looking to collab again with you folks. And I have a suggestion. I don't know if it's going to go over well or not, but with Grace's permission, I think Grace, because of everything Jeremy's done, Grace, and you know me, I'm not a big proponent of attention hoeing or prick teasing, but I think Grace should prick tease him. I think Grace should say, look, Jeremy, if you come back here and clean the garage out and you're a good boy and you act really good, there's a possibility that I will date you.
I found out something. I found out something.
Yeah, go ahead.
I found out something really interesting about Jeremy. It's like a 1 in a million. We happened to be watching a documentary about Mormons yesterday, which just popped into my feed. But I've always been kind of curious, like, what in the world is Mormonism? And it turns out that although he's from Illinois, and I'm not going to dox him, although he did it himself, there's a place in Illinois that was once like the Salt Lake City before Salt Lake City was Salt Lake City.
Mm-hmm.
It was like their promised land where they created a kind of commune of Mormons, and he's from there.
He is from.
Isn't that interesting? So he lives in a Mormon bubble that was planned by Mormons, like to be like the Mormon, like, I don't know, you know what I mean? Like the
Holy
Jews
land,
feel like
kind of.
the Holy Land.
Yeah.
And like the Jews, they kicked out the natives.
Yep.
Like the Zionists, they kicked out the natives and they just like did their own thing. And it was amazingly, like the Zionists, it was amazingly fruitful. And then they got booted.
But
the early Mormons, the Mormons were actually like a scourge on 1800s America. Yeah, they went to different places. They were booted out because they were polygamists. They were seen as not really white people.
No, you have that wrong, Grace. They weren't originally polygamists.
Ben, you know why Mormonism
weren't originally polygamists?
No.
Oh. No, but I thought the religion was started to give excuses for guys to have multiple wives and fuck multiple women.
No, that's true. Not originally.
That is how it's understood. I mean, Joseph Smith, the founder, did have 40 wives, but they kept it on the DL. It was only the tightest, like the closest group. And it is interesting. Spicoli, let me ask you a question as an older man. They made the argument, and I'm saying, like, I'm not a polygamist per se, but like they made the argument that having like 40 bitches like keeps you on your toes and keeps you healthy longer. I mean, you'd have to say, like, if you're like, your age or my age and you've got 40 pieces of ass to satisfy, like, you can see how it's not going to be a dead bedroom.
No, it's true, but
let me 40 like pretty live bedrooms.
Okay, let me give the counterpoint. Let me give the counterpoint to that. Yeah, you got 40 women to fuck, but then you got 40 women that you got to deal with menstrual cycles and mood swings and your bitchiness and some of their lying.
Oh, of course.
Spicoli, can I tell you, because you're a Jew in the sense of being a guy who's entrepreneurial minded. A lot of Joseph Smith, and then Brigham Young was the successor. He had 56 wives. A lot of them were old ladies. Now, do you see the advantage of an old lady? The husband died, and they got all the money. And they don't really want to have sex with you. Do you see what I'm saying? Do you know how many bitches there are out there who've got tons of money?
Yeah, and that benefits the old lady doesn't benefit my horny Jewish ass. It benefits the old broad.
No, you get the old lady.
She's got the money, though, dude.
Okay. Yeah. But Ben,
you see what I'm saying? If you or me were going to become a cult leader and say, like, all right, I got 60 bitches, I got 10 beautiful young women and 50 old ladies that have crazy money. You know how many divorces, like where you are, it's like SoCal is loaded with rich divorced women, right?
Oh, Palm Springs, Rancho Mirage. Don't forget, half the dudes out here are gay. I go to the locals. Man, I see women that are hot looking in their 40s, 50s, and even 60s. And these chicks are driving around in Porsches and shit. They got money. And not all
one of them when I went to LA. Really nice divorced lady.
Yeah.
But she was like crazy. But she was like, oh my God, my fucking
so if you have a
husband.
kind of polygamy going where it's like, it's not like a real marriage, but like you get to say you're married and, once a month, like I come and have dinner with you or whatever. But, but you got to contribute to the family. It could work. That could work. That could be a solution.
Ben, I have a question for you, Ben. Ben, I have never banged a woman over 50 because I divorced my wife when she was 49 and haven't fucked her since. And I'm assuming that you never banged a woman over 50 since you haven't had sex with
somewhere around there, yeah.
Okay, so my question is, in other words, I'm going to make a promise to you that in my lifetime, I will never, ever bang a woman over 50, even though they don't have their postmenopausal, so you can bust inside of them and they don't get pregnant. But
Right.
I think, Ben, that you should make a promise to Grace and me and everybody else that you will personally never bang a woman over 50 because you're a good-looking guy. You don't look 50, 51. You look more like you're like 42, 10 years younger. So a guy like, if I were you, Ben, I'd be looking for 35-year-old pussy that thinks I'm 42. You should be banging 35-year-olds.
I hear you on that, but what I'm saying is what's interesting is a lot of guys Lalo's age, Lalo's age are interested in women in their 50s and 60s.
Oh, yeah, because
why limit themselves to one? Why not go Mormon with it? Get 10 of them. You have 10 sugar mamas. You're not really into women, but like, you know what I mean? Do older women really care if you might be a little gay? No.
No, but I don't want to fuck an older broad just for her money. It's not worth it to me. You know, I got my own money.
Right, but what if you didn't even have to have sex with her? Because a lot of these old ladies. Have you ever seen Sunset Boulevard, the great film Sunset Boulevard? The old lady who's a sugar mama to a younger man.
Yeah.
I don't think they ever had sex.
Old ladies.
Okay, guys, wait. What about Megyn Kelly though? 55. Megyn Kelly might be the exception.
Oh yeah, I'd fuck her. I'd eat her pussy and I'd eat her dirt shoot. Recently, she's
pretty good looking.
Let's hear from Wildheart. Yes, Wildheart. Yes.
I'd fuck her. I would.
There's always an exception to the rule.
Yeah.
Well, she's God knows how she's probably spent $100,000 on fake everything anyway, right?
Sure.
But I would fuck that thing.
Well, you can't just bolt on everything. You know what I mean? You got to stay in shape. Too.
Yeah.
I would.
She keeps herself fit.
She's one of the few women over 50 whose ass I would eat out. How about that?
Okay, Spicoli. That's lovely. Megyn Kelly is a surgery addict. Really?
Grace, don't you like my
Irish woman? She's an Irish woman. I mean,
I thought she was just. I thought some plastic surgery, but
Jewish women do the plastic surgery a lot, don't they?
Yes.
But my big penis can't tell. I can tell looking at a woman if she's Irish or Japanese or something. But once my penis is inside of them, I can't tell what nationality they are.
Wouldn't that be true of age as well?
Age. There's some older broads that look good, and then you see some women who are 30.
They got to prep it right. They got to supplement. In a certain sense, lubricants or whatever, and they got to do that on the slide. But blindfolded, would you really know?
Let's put it this way: I think Palm Springs and Scottsdale, Arizona, has the hottest women between ages of 50 and 60 in the country.
Hey, wait, can I ask you fellas a question?
I agree, yeah, because a lot of them were rich, so they didn't have to work hard, so they're not like ragged from being out in the sun.
Have you guys ever? Is it true that you can feel when a woman is loose? I don't mean after having kids. I mean having a lot of sex, like a whore.
Oh, the mayonnaise jar?
You mean loose in the sense?
I mean hot dog in a hallway.
No, you mean the JJ loose in the sense that
have you ever because I think a vagina stretches and then recontracts. I don't think it really gets looser with a lot of sex, but I could be wrong.
Well, when you have a big thick Jewish penis like mine, like the size of a Hebrew national salami, all the JJ's tight for me. So
Are
I've
you
never
referencing something when you say Hebrew national salami? Is this like
a type of hot dog?
A Hebrew national salami, the thickness of it. In other words,
there are no Hebrew national salamis. There's Hebrew national hot dogs.
No, there's Hebrew national salami.
Oh, there are. Okay, I'm wrong.
Yeah,
Hebrew natural.
That was anti-Semitic.
Beef salami.
There you go.
That's ridiculous, Spicoli. That's like 7 inches wide.
All right, half that.
Or 4 inches wide.
Well, obviously he's employing a bit of bombasticism. He's welcome to state that. He's just the thing is he's setting himself up for disappointment.
Yeah, what do you mean by mayonnaise jar? What's the mayonnaise jar? I've never heard that before.
The old thing is like if a woman has an abortion, it's a mayonnaise jar, or women have had kids.
Did you ever hear the book? Do you know the book Portnoy's Complaint? It was written by Philip Roth.
Mayonnaise jar with a wide opening, but it's still like.
Let me tell you what he did in Portnoy's Complaint.
You don't understand what the.
No, I get it. I'm just saying I don't think of a. Yeah, no, I get the idea.
You know what this guy did in Pornhurst Complaint? That Pornhurst Complaint book, he was a Jewish guy. He used to go into his mom's refrigerator and pull out the liver she was going to cook for that night. And then he'd take it in the bathroom, wrap it around his penis, whack off to it, then put it back in the fridge, and the mom would cook it later.
Nice.
Yeah.
Wait,
so
Dave
I'm
Portnoy
wondering-
did that?
Special seasoning.
Yeah. How many of you guys have ever, if you don't have a fake for JJ or one of those fleshlights or a real pussy, I suggest you guys go to the store and buy some liver.
Well, we've enjoyed your time on the panel, Spicoli.
No.
All right, okay. Never mind.
I override it.
Never mind. Overridden.
Jack off with liver, folks. Thank you.
No,
He left. Okay, Grace.
Sorry.
So what
I told him he
happened-
could stay.
What happened with you and Matt Dillahunty?
I did have an encounter with Matt Dillahunty before, but this was with two people who were saying, like, I want to talk about trans issues. We especially want to hear from people from a different perspective. And within, like, I don't know, 2 minutes or so, I was, told that I was, like, the worst person in the world.
Yeah.
And I think that's because in my opinion, trans people are trolls, which is fine. But when a troll claims it's not a troll, then you have another troll like me that comes in and trolls the troll. And then that troll doesn't know what to do.
I don't think genuine trans people are trolls. I think they're genuine.
In what sense?
People. I think they're genuine trans people.
Well, so if you feel right, okay, so if you have genuine, like, maximal gender dysphoria, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Then I think in that case, you usually would dress and try to look as much like the opposite sex as possible. And actually don't think many of those people just generally don't have many problems, because although it would be impossible, let's say for me, because I'm 6'8", I don't think I could pass as a woman because of my size. I think most people can do enough that they pass, and therefore nobody really would bother them.
Yeah.
If you look like a woman.
And as far as trans
woman.
goes, I don't really think the opposite exists. Tell me what a woman could do that isn't normal for a woman to do to be masculine. The only thing is, like, take hormones so they grow facial hair, but other than that, like, women can look and dress like men, and it's considered normal. We've already done that as a society.
Yeah. I just don't think they're trolls.
Well, okay, so you don't think, but you think some of them are trolls. Like Jonathan Van Ness is like a troll, clearly. A drag queen is a troll.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. Like if they're obviously male, but if they're trying to be as female as they can.
Yeah, I understand you could have a genuine...
I don't think they're trolls.
Well, there are extreme examples in the male to female. This is the other way around, but she was a girl, and then this is, that guy, Buck Angel.
Yeah.
That's extreme. Like, that looks like a guy. That doesn't look like a woman pretending to be a guy. That looks like a guy.
Yes.
And she was...
And I'm saying, like, this person is a troll because this is a person who did porn and is a public figure, and they want to draw attention to this thing.
Yes, and also Buck Angel, so she was a female before, and she did porn looking like this with a vagina, which is I do not recommend.
Right, I mean that's definitely like you're there's a niche for that. People like almost anything.
Yeah.
And so that's in some sense, I don't know if you call it trolling, but it's like it's kind of obviously you're appealing to people who want something that's like super abnormal.
Yeah.
So is that
depends how you define trolling, I guess.
Is that where it went wrong with Matt Dillahunty? Because you had to go at transgender people.
What? Say it again.
Is that where it went wrong with Matt Dillahunty?
Oh no, I was asking him. That was about atheism.
Atheism.
Yeah,
Matt Dillahunty was a different time. Yeah.
Yeah, that had nothing directly to do with this. I wasn't.
Yeah, I'm just curious. That's all.
Yeah, he got very angry also.
Yeah.
With me because I think I said that everything has a ground of being, and he just got super angry at that. But anyways, maybe we could watch a little more of this.
Yeah, I was thinking we could all react to the rest of the call. Yeah. Okay, here we go.
Is publicly kind of saying like, I'm trolling. You know what I mean?
Why are you teaching your children to judge people's choices?
I mean, just say it's.
That's a stupid point. Everybody teaches their children to judge people's choices because that's how they determine.
In my reference, I wasn't saying anything about what I taught my children. I was just affirming their reaction.
Yeah, that is actually true. Yeah, you weren't saying like you would tell them anything specific.
This person is assuming that I'm teaching a 5-year-old about men who wear dresses and have a beard.
Yeah.
I don't know in what world you would do that.
Yeah.
Arcade Pilot has flown in, and most welcome. I like to have a fun discussion.
Why are you not on camera, Arcade, or why are you?
No, he is. He's on camera.
Okay. Hello?
Yeah. Hi.
Hi.
What are you doing?
What's up?
I've been watching. Yeah, I've been watching the streams. No, I get interested once in a. And sometimes I watch different streams though on YouTube and whatever.
Yeah.
I get interested in some of the topics. So.
Oh yeah, you're welcome to come on.
Any thoughts about this topic?
This one a little bit. I was kind of curious of something before that. I mean, I don't mean to go off topic, but
no, sure, go ahead.
Because I was remembering about the garage stuff, and you mentioned like Facebook market, Craigslist. If you've ever tried that one, also.
Yes, I am listing.
I love Craigslist. Grace likes Facebook. It's a generational thing.
Yeah, Craigslist has better people, but Facebook has more people. So
yeah.
I mean, it's like so it's like different from eBay because I'm talking about like you could send things on eBay, but eBay is like that's one thing.
Yeah.
But then this other stuff is like you actually have to the person the person goes to you, and that's a little different.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
I mean, you could do that on eBay too, but like it's mostly through the mail, so it's like safer, I guess you could say.
Yeah. No, but what I mean, that's why like the eBay, if you do like, I think there's a post office, like PO box, whatever, and you rent the little slots or somewhere in the post office, and there's no addresses.
You can do it that way, sure.
Yeah. That's the other one.
Yeah.
Some people they actually meet for that. I mean, if there's any Craigs for the Facebook Marketplace,
people.
Let's say public at very public places where there's that's it's very open space, which is a little better than than if it was like like a person's own place. Like if there's people don't feel like comfortable that way. I mean, there's like different ways to do. But the shipping
and there's all horror stories on all of them, but there's pros and cons. I remember once I was selling. I was buying. I think it was either gold or silver, and it was a $2,000 or $3,000 transaction. You kind of feel like it's the Wild West because once you give him the money, really, he could just.
Yeah.
He was in a truck. I gave him the money, and I realized he could have just rolled the window up and sped away.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? So.
Yeah.
And you could, if you're advertising something like that, you could get gangsters like criminals who say like, okay, I'll meet you, and then just put a gun to your head and say, give me the gold or whatever. But most of the time, you just would say in America, I don't think I'm going to get.
There's like those risks though. Yeah, basically.
Yeah.
I had somebody come and bought an oven from me, and they loaded it into their car. Most of them are women who shop on Facebook Marketplace, so like I don't really think a woman is gonna do that, but she loaded it into her car, and then she was like, "Okay, I'm just gonna get my phone so I can Venmo you." And I was like, she could just drive off.
Yeah.
Like she didn't give me the money before. I don't know if that was stupid. No, I haven't had any of those experiences yet, but
Also one more thing about like this compared to shipping or whatever. For something like, let's say I had a bunch of things like house stuff, like furnitures or big items.
Yeah.
Usually that Craigslist or Facebook market, it's a little bit easier to offload. You know, if you want to just get rid of the stuff, you know, all, you know, you know, it's basically at the same time, you know.
Yeah.
All at once, you know, like because there's a lot.
The beauty of it is Arcade Pilot is, I think there are more sellers than there are more buyers than sellers right now. So. Because it's a pain to put stuff on Craigslist. A lot of people just. I had a tenant. He was a young man. He had really nice clothes. He threw them all in the garbage when he moved. You know, really nice clothes. He just threw everything in the garbage because it wasn't worth it for him. He didn't even want to bother going to the Salvation Army, you know, to donate it. And we live in that's a kind of throwaway culture, you know.
Yeah.
But it's true that even when you go to the Salvation Army, they throw away 90% of it anyways. So I'm in New England. It's like kind of an old Yankee tradition of like holding on to stuff, and you know, you never throw anything away when it's still useful. In many ways, that doesn't really make any sense anymore because buying new stuff is so much cheaper. I have a problem even with like beer bottles. You drink the bottle and you throw it in the garbage. It seems crazy. It seems like the bottle, to make a beautiful bottle, like we have these Coors Banquet beers, how can the liquid in the bottle be worth 1,000 times what the bottle is worth? But that's the world we live in, you know?
I mean, it's like there's some used items, I guess, that it's better off than other things. So I mean, like some people feel like, you know, like clothes is okay when it's used, but like I think like underwear things, that's when, you know, it's different. That's,
then you can make the big money on it.
I mean, that's one way, but like, yeah, I mean, basically, like there's stuff that can be used. You know, you could sell it. It's easy to sell that people they're not going to feel. You know, they're not going to like feel. You know,
there are some pieces though that like really like everybody wants. Like I have a vintage makeup vanity with like drawers and big mirrors that fold inwards, and it's wood. Like I got like 4,000 hits on that on Facebook Marketplace, like views. Like people really like that kind of stuff. There's some pieces that you just know. Also this big armoire with all these drawers and like mahogany finish.
I've noticed that. Yeah. And I hate to say this, a lot of times women will pay more than retail for something. And you can play into this by getting something on sale, retail, and then reselling it on eBay. Even with shipping, you can make money off of it. So people do that. And, you know, I've probably fallen for that, but not usually. Usually I research the retail, and it's like, it's got to be way less. So the tire kickers, there are tire kickers, you know, who are going to always lowball you, but it's a good place to be if you have a camera, you can use it, you can load it up easily. Like you really can do pretty well, especially if you buy stuff used and then you sell it used. You basically get to use it for free unless you beat the shit out of it, you know?
Yeah.
Because like some things can be bought or you might find something and they're like they have value anyway, and then you know like there's some collectible things too.
True, yeah.
Antiques, good ones.
Yeah.
So, it depends.
I know that the people who've lost out because of Craigslist are like the dealers, because they used to buy low and sell high, and now if you can do it on your own, there still are dealers, but I know that like the overall pricing of like here in New England, we have a lot of antique furniture. Overall, it's gone down, but it's easier to do. Used to have, you have to go to an auction house, and then if it wasn't worth enough, they're not going to touch it. But then they're only going to deal with high-end pieces, but they're going to take a big cut, which of course they have to.
Yeah.
And so it's interesting how the markets fluctuate, but you introduce the internet to something, it ends up being the same. But if you look at taxis, like compared to Uber, it's a game changer.
Oh yeah, yeah, because like.
Sorry, I've got to go and make something to eat.
Thanks, Wildheart, for coming on.
See you later, Wildheart.
Yeah, no, I'm not going. I'm just going to go on mute. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Make something to eat. I'll be right back.
Yeah, there's also the fees though, like Craigslist. Like, there's like no fees because they go to you're selling the thing actually personally right there, but. It's like eBay has. That's the one where you get mostly these like fees and stuff.
Yeah.
Per sale.
Yeah. The worst thing to sell on eBay that way is precious metals because they charge 13%.
Oh.
And like you'd figure like gold is gold, right? But like 13%, man, that's a lot.
Put the squatter camp backstage.
There's like yeah, I mean, yeah, that's the other thing. Depends, like if it's like clothes, it's more money or more fees or electronics.
Yeah. Are you in the business, or are you just saying you've had some experience?
No, I kind of am in there. No, I sometimes there's still sometimes I do go around. I'll check garage sales sometimes, but there's also video games, and I run into things like that.
Are you a collector?
Yeah, but mostly, I mean,
I think we might have lost him there. Let's continue. These guys are welcome to hang in or not.
I think we lost service with that one. All right, let's continue. Yeah.
It's weird. Just means
that is a judgment.
Unusual.
You are casting that as aberrant, as abnormal, as something worthy of note. If you were to respond, well, some people would like wearing dresses. That is the end of the conversation for your children in terms of like, that does not create this idea that trans people or gender nonconforming people are aberrant or abnormal or noteworthy. Like, describing it in an objective sense.
I mean, I don't understand this argument because literally the word trans is an identifier that you put on yourself that says, I am not normal. You're admitting you are not normal, like it in a specific way. You know what I mean?
The thinking here is that they use the term othering.
Uh-huh.
Okay, so they're saying it's wrong to other people because from that point you can say they're not like us and they're problematic.
Yeah.
But right before they put me on, they went into this huge thing about how billionaires are horrible people.
Yes.
Because they're doing, of course, exactly what they say they shouldn't do. Yes,
right.
I agree that a billionaire is usually a horrible person because I do think extreme capitalism is, problematic. But like, if you're the child of a billionaire, you're not a horrible person.
True.
And I don't think that would go for wealthy people in general. I don't, it depends on what you do with the money that you have. Mm-hmm. But like, I do think like, psychopathically trying to accumulate as much money as possible is problematic as a goal in life. Doesn't make sense. It's kind of crazy. It's a craze thing to accumulate more money than you could ever spend. It just seems crazy. It's like a pathological problem. But nevertheless, like if we're gonna other people, what they do is if they other someone, they immediately put them down and say they're horrible. I'm saying you can say that people are unusual without doing that. But I don't think they can. You know?
Yes, right. You can say someone is weird or say someone is abnormal.
I can say as a parent, like, here's a reaction. They're like, no, this is exactly what you have to say. And then you have to yell at the kid. That's the end of the story. Shut the fuck up.
Right.
Right. And like, I think that's child abuse, which is why I don't think these people should be around children, because they're abusive. And
totalitarians.
They're crazy. And it's not just, but I mean, I think crazy is crazy. And anyways, we'll go into it. I go into it.
Ironically enough, these people are also like, there's so many. I mean, I feel like Matt Walsh saying this. They're into children expressing themselves, but not if it's in a way that they don't like, right? They're into people expressing themselves, right?
Yeah, they want to have a fascist dictatorship. So while claiming that they're all about diversity. It's like diversity for me, not for thee.
Right.
Which, like, to even say, like, I've got a problem with that, it's ridiculous. I mean, they're just inherently looking at the person on the right. You say, like, okay, like, this is not a serious human being.
Right.
If you were just like, yeah, that person has a beard and they're wearing a dress because they like to wear a dress, that's all children need to be able to understand the world from that point.
Nope.
Okay, I mean, you're lecturing me. I'm just saying.
Not all they need.
I thought we were having a conversation. I'm 6'8". A lot of little kids will be like, "Whoa, you're tall." Okay, and if they say like that's unusual, and they say to their parents like, "Whoa, I've never seen a guy that tall." Like, I have no problem with that. It's unusual. Sure.
It's not unusual.
You play basketball.
It's not. It's not unusual, Ben. It's just another.
Hey, right there we get like pure insanity.
That's insanity.
It's just a statement of utter insanity.
You're in less than 1% of human beings. It is incredibly unusual.
That's not unusual. Okay, like you're using the term unusual to mean something that the term unusual does not mean.
Yeah, they're saying it means bad, like needs to be fixed or something like that.
Yeah, the problem
it just means
they've got it wrong.
Normal.
It's true to say that if something is unusual, if people just say that is not what I'm used to, therefore it's bad, which almost no one holds.
Yeah.
But there is a kind of, that's the Nick Fuentes thing. Like I was used to this. Then I went to Chicago and I freaked out. Okay, well, that's called, I don't know, just being
sheltered.
I just sort of being like overly attached to what you're used to.
Yeah, right.
If he grows up in the suburbs of Chicago. If you went to Norway, let's say. And he was like, that's horrendous because it's different. And then was like, everyone has to be like the suburbs of Chicago. That's just like a person who is extremely, I don't know, narrow-minded.
Yeah, narrow-minded. Mm-hmm.
And that is a flaw.
Sure, yeah.
We should be cosmopolitan in that sense, but I don't mind if people say like, I like what I'm used to and I'm not particularly interested in something else. It can be a flaw, but it can be just like perfectly fine. I think we generally like to have roots and feel comfortable.
Sure.
It's just an over-attachment to it, or the idea that everyone has to conform to this is ludicrous. And that's why education can be good.
Yeah, of course.
To have a sense there are other people who speak different languages and they have a different, and they might have something to offer you.
Yeah. Damius, by the way, thank you very much for the Rage Quit 500 kicks 48 minutes ago. My bad. I did miss that. Thank you very much for the $5.
Not unusual, Ben. It's just another human being that has a taller than average height. Like, that's not unusual.
El Diablo is here
walking around.
El Diablo, if you could put in the back chat, let me see.
No, we know El Diablo.
No, I know, but what does he want to talk about? He said Ethiopian food. That's not really what we're talking about today. El Diablo, I do apologize.
El Diablo, do you want to talk about what we're talking about?
He said, "I'm here to participate." All right.
Okay.
Let's bring him up.
Welcome.
Hey. Hello. Hello. Hey.
Hello.
Who's this ginger in the bottom left eating?
He's Wild Heart Forever.
Oh, it's that. He's still alive? That guy?
He appears to be, and he's.
I thought he would have overdosed on snorting coke and.
Do you know each other? You guys know each other?
Yeah, I've seen him before. He has a channel.
I know you.
He has a live stream.
You're a troll, aren't you? Yeah.
No, he'll have his mum on. His mum has a big bum, and he does coke, and he orders strippers. He's.
Is that true? Wild Heart Flower?
Yeah.
Forever.
Yeah, pretty much.
Right.
It is true.
Then you're right at home here.
Let's go.
He had some penis cream, and he actually ate it by accident. I'm not kidding.
He has what? Penis cream?
Penis cream from a doctor, and he actually ate it by accident. Put it on a sandwich. He's pretty
does
fucked
Keanu
up.
want
He's pretty
the link?
wild.
Keanu who? Keanu Thompson?
Keanu.
Cocaine and strippers. This guy's a baller. It's exactly.
I think.
And mom's paying the bills.
Fat ass mom is paying the bills. Let's go.
She's got a big ass. Like it takes up the whole screen. She'll block out the
Diablo,
camera.
you keep accusing people of being ballers.
I'm not accusing anybody. I'm not accusing anybody, dude. I'm telling what I see.
This guy of being a baller.
I'm not accusing.
They're not strippers. They're prostitutes.
Oh, prostitutes. I'm sorry. My mistake.
Prostitutes. Let's
He
get it right.
hires prostitutes.
Right.
He pays for hoes.
He wants action. He doesn't want just like a song and dance. Yeah, right. Okay.
He fucks black
Better
bitches.
use of money.
He fucks Negro prostitutes.
But see, you're saying it like you're accusing him of something.
I'm saying it like it's a fact, Ben.
You're celebrating him. You're saying this.
I'm saying terrific. Facts here. That's all.
But why are you saying them?
Because I think it adds to the show. I think it's entertaining.
Oh, you just want us to get to know Wild Heart Forever better.
Yeah, I'm just trying to give you his background info.
It sounds like a bit censorious.
Yeah.
No, it's hilarious. Hilarious.
Trying to hire a prostitute to the
hilarious. I love I used to call into this guy's show, and I'd be on his show.
Well, to be honest,
would you admit that with Talcott you were trying to throw shade?
Well,
on the
Talcott wasn't eating
Express?
like this guy. Talcott's not a ginger. This guy will puke on the floor and call his mom, and his mom will come over and clean it up.
Yes.
And then he'll yell at his mom. He'll yell at his mom on live stream saying, No, don't clean it up. Don't clean it. It's funny, man.
What
it's
a king.
My beard is slightly ginger, but my hair is brown. I'm not a ginger.
He's a ginger. He's got a red beard.
I would say the ginger accusation stands.
His beard's red. Look at how red his beard is.
I know, but my hair is brown.
You're not as ginger as a ginger could be.
I feel like it's pretty red all the way through.
Yeah, it's red.
I'm not seeing
it's
it.
red. I'm seeing
he's not
ginger.
an Irishman.
No, he's English. He
know,
wishes he was Irish.
I'm a quarter Irish.
He's part. He's got some Celtic.
No, are you really?
Yeah,
you
my
know,
grandfather.
This Wild Heart fucker. He thinks people are bananas. Like I said that bananas share 94% DNA with humans, and I said, why don't you look yellow? He used to come and try to troll my channel. I think he's funny.
My grandfather was Irish, so I'm a quarter Irish.
Yeah. He'll live stream and have the paramedics coming to his apartment, his flat. He's on welfare. I think this guy's a trip. He's funny. He's a wild gingy.
I'm not ginge.
You're a gingy. You're an incel. Hey, what's your sandwich? What are you eating? What's on your sandwich?
Cheese and Branston pickle.
Is that a British sandwich? Is that true Brit?
Well, how can you accuse him of being an incel if he's got prostitutes coming over?
No, that was years ago. He said he quit the prostitutes a couple years ago.
No, I've tried to order one today. I've tried to order 4 actually.
Today?
None of them have come over. Yeah.
Are you on the blacklist? Did they don't want to show up or what?
No, I've spoken to 2 of them. And they said
have you ever had an STD or an STI?
No.
Did you ever shit on a prostitute?
He's clean.
Okay.
Yeah.
Did you ever fuck a black prostitute?
Yeah.
Was she any different than the whites? Like, was her pussy any different?
No, not really. She was very nice.
They're a little more pungent, would you say? That's my experience.
Yeah.
Could you smell her? What did she smell? Describe the smell of the puss, the black puss.
I didn't really smell it. She was quite clean.
Did she douche before she came to your place or after she left? Before she left?
She said she'd give me half off next time because I was so adorable.
Half off. Wow, adorable.
Yeah. Yeah.
She gave you the 50% Gingy discount?
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, wow.
All right, so I think we've established that Wild Heart is
Grace, would you ever date that guy, that
Absolute
Gingy that's
king.
wiping snot off onto his hoodie?
That's king behavior.
I mean, he's a king. Yeah, he's my king now. Bro
He's
gets
a king,
discounts.
okay.
He gets
You
discounts
like
on
him?
hose.
Yeah.
No, do you
Low
think he's
key.
cute? How would you describe his look? I'm just curious. How would you describe Wild Heart?
Soft.
He's a guy who comes in soft and like he doesn't even have to brag because he's got you here as his wingman, like just saying like this guy's an epic baller, an absolute king.
I'm just
and
describing
the thing
facts.
is he doesn't even need to wear a crown.
I think you're taking it all wrong, Ben. I'm just describing facts. You can think of them as you wish.
I agree.
Grace,
You're wingmanning him.
Grace, would you soak his gingy beard with your juices? Would you sit on his face?
You're getting to Spicoli level.
No, I'm just curious.
What's next? Vajayjay and Dirt Shoot?
This is Spicoli
No,
coated.
Just curious. What are you eating? Let's change the subject.
I gotta call my brother. Just give me 1 second. I just gotta tell him.
Call
something.
John. Okay.
I'm eating, I think, fish. Really good.
You think it's fish? Well,
it's fish with like a sweet sauce, cooked in like a sweet sauce.
Salmon.
A Thai sweet sauce?
Salmon.
Is it a Thai salmon? Okay. I like salmon.
Now, Diablo, let's get back to what Wild Heart said. He doesn't think that all, we have to use the right word here, troons or trans people are trolls. What do you think about that? I think depends what you mean by troll.
You'd have to define troll for me. What do you mean by troll of trans in this instance?
All right, well, trolling, I come from the land of trolls, Norway, and I'm 75% Norwegian. So I genetically know what a troll is and what trolling is. It's kind of hard to define, like Matt Walsh, when he did the video, What is a Woman? He was not able to like really define what a woman is because only poetry could really define womanhood. And I think the same goes for trolling, but I think we all loosely know what it means. And so I'll bounce it back to you. Do you think that all transgender people are trolls? But he says some of them are genuine and they're not trolling. I would say that'd be true of, say, a man who like wears women's clothing privately. Let's say tries on a bra, his mother's bra. I don't think that's trolling.
What
because
about
it's
a
not
man?
public.
What about a
That
man
would be
who
a
looks like a woman,
cross-dresser,
acts like
right?
a woman?
I think you're confusing transsexuals with what they call women, men who dress up in women's clothing.
Transvestites. But I think both of those words are considered like not okay to use anymore. So I don't know.
What do you mean? What's wrong with those words?
Because I think they're like, the idea is the vestite means it's like clothing, limited to clothing. Whereas a transsexual used to mean someone who's gone through the surgery. And I do think there's a third category of people who.
Well, now they call them
I think it's just more.
right?
There's more versions of it than that. So I don't know what their problem.
They call them transgender now, right? The ones that want to get their sex transitioned or whatever.
Yeah.
I think you can be transgender and not want to do the surgery.
Okay.
So maybe transgender isn't more of an umbrella term. I don't like. I do think transsexual would mean someone who's had the surgeries and the hormones, right?
Well, according to South Park, gingers don't have souls.
Neither of those are politically correct, transsexual or transvestite. It's all
What's
under the term
politically correct,
transgender,
then?
but
I mean, I think this is
Transgender?
somewhat the
hair.
problem here is this is like with the black colored African. You keep saying I don't want to be what I was just called, and then I don't want to be what I
Yeah.
was just called.
I
Like,
still call them
the term
Negroes and
retarded
darkies.
is actually a positive euphemism. Retarded means slow. A retarded person is actually not slow. They're just stupid.
yeah,
They're not taking longer to catch up. They're just
true.
stupid.
I don't
have
go
low
by
IQ.
the. I just don't use the African American. I still call them darkies and Negroes. I'm just not
That's
going
very
like if.
edgy.
And I
Well,
appreciate that you
it's
didn't
not
say
trying
the
to be
N-word.
edgy. It's just using the original terms, Grace. It's not about being edgy.
Well, so anyway,
Not
so
everything's-
some of that maybe is that like we just don't like the old terms for us, which I would say is
I just don't want to
just
change
a way of saying
every
I
week.
don't like myself.
No, I just don't want to call them whatever they say next week. Like they keep
You're a
changing it.
contrarian.
No, I'm just somebody that won't be controlled and won't just go along
Oh
if they
my
make up a
god,
new
why don't you
term.
join The Wire and go suck Matt Walsh's dick? Holy shit.
The
I
Daily
will not
Wire,
be
Grace.
the Daily
I don't know
Wire.
what you're talking about.
I will not be controlled by liberal
You
media.
suck dicks. You
Whose
suck dicks.
boomer grandma is this?
Well, that's not really a diss on a woman.
That's weird. I don't think that trans are all trolls. I think they're just mental, the ones that want
To
to
say
change
to
their
a
gender.
woman like, yeah, you enjoy cock is like hopefully whether
No, I was referring to when
currently-
she put "I love penis, I love cock," wrote it on herself and wrote "slut." That
Yeah.
whole thing.
I would hope
Yes,
every woman.
that's-
Not
Could you
everyone
say,
writes
could you
that
say
on their
that you love
forehead.
pussy? Do you love pussy?
But not every person writes that on their
do
body.
you love pussy?
Yes, I do, but I don't
Okay,
have to write it on my body
good. It's
with a
sometimes hard to
Sharpie.
find guys.
I don't
that
have
say
to
that.
write it on my body with a Sharpie.
But if it was going to get, if it was going to, if it made sense for you to do that, would you do it?
It doesn't make much sense to do that. It's just lame.
Well,
and
you're
it's
not a
edgy.
streamer.
It's a Grace is 69% libtard.
Her doing
Maybe
that
she
got
is.
her on Lolcow Live for a
What?
brief period.
Oh, it got her on Lolcow. Oh,
That's
she's-
what Keemstar.
She's so edgy and cool. Wow.
Well, you don't see other people doing that. There's a lot of whatever you are, 45-year-old
You're so
guys
edgy,
who say,
Grace,
"Oh, I
really.
still call black people
We're all impressed.
dorkies."
No,
Aren't
my
you all
favorite
impressed?
of you was at the-
Oh, I don't call
my-
them African Americans.
Yeah. My favorite of you
God.
was at the drag
Go
queen
post
bar.
on Facebook. Go
Or-
post on Facebook. They'll love
No,
it there.
thanks. I
Lots
don't
of
need to post
MAGA
on
groups you
Facebook.
can join. They do this shit all
MAGA
day long.
groups. What? You're just
I
making
remember
up
back
shit.
in the good old
It's weird.
days.
All right,
But
guys, we're
I
getting
liked-
lost in personal.
Yeah,
brouhaha.
I liked her at the drag queen bar when she was crying with the drag queen and all that stuff.
Venus.
I saw that video.
Oh my god, mommy. I love Venus. Shout out to Venus.
Another baller, a total
Mommy?
queen or king.
She
Where
was
is
a
your real
queen.
mommy, Grace? What's her name? Courtney.
Down the road on Discord.
She's down the road watching this, and
Will you guys ever have a
Venus
reunion
did
with?
a Instagram reel right next to Daisy. Look at that. What a beautiful crossover.
Will
Merry
you guys ever do a
Christmas.
reunion show of the Thorpes with you, John, Courtney, Ben, Grace, all four?
I'm trying to get my father to stream with OPC Don. Yeah.
Yeah.
So maybe we got to work the extended family before we bring the closer family. They're very skittish,
Extended family.
you know.
Did your mom cheat on your dad? Did she fuck another dude?
Well, let's just say I want to be careful because you know the Bible says honor your mother and father, but she told me a story. And this is like OG, like this is 70s type stuff that occurred, but it was his idea.
Yeah.
Wrap your brain around that one.
Oh damn! He wanted your mom to fuck some other guy.
Apparently, they were all together.
It was a threesome.
I don't know. All I heard is
that
she was trying to tell me that she was a victim of this, and I really don't think you should tell. Like, that's when I think you should take to the grave. But she decided to tell all.
No, was your dad a cuck? Was he on a chair watching this, or what?
I don't know the details.
Okay,
but I told her she shouldn't say things like that, and I told my dad, you should.
Why would she tell you that?
You should not let her get away with this. He agreed with me for like a day, and then the next day he said she's totally right. So
why would your mom tell you that?
Because she felt like it was an explanation, because she feels guilty about divorcing my dad, which she shouldn't, because neither of them are capable of marriage, but she's always felt guilty about divorcing my dad. And so she has, she needs to explain it. I would just make up a story. He cheated on me, not that. But I mean,
why tell any story?
In my construction of it, my mother is extremely, extremely like uptight. So I think in the 70s, a lot of guys felt like, all right, there's a lot of stuff going on here with, how can we get more loosened up, more like,
Mm-hmm.
They had couple swaps and key parties and things like that.
Yeah.
And I think this was his attempt to say, like, maybe someone else could help here, because it's
the swinging 70s, right? There was a lot of that stuff going on.
And I feel like what happened in the 70s, like Vegas, let's let what happened in the 70s stay in the 70s. No one wants to hear this. How is this helping? But
someone's son probably doesn't want to hear about that.
Take it to the grave. Like, I understand your people, we're all people, but like, take it to the grave. Like, I can't make sense of that. It was disturbing. It was a disturbing story. I mean, I would say like it does help explain, because you want to know so eventually she divorced my dad and married the guy who was the third.
Oh no!
So she's kind of a baller in that sense.
Oh shit, right. That's a twist.
You know what?
Oh damn!
Actually, yeah.
It loosened her up. It loosened her up so much she left your dad and married. Oh.
I never knew the origin story. I was always just told
That's what happened.
She divorced me and married this guy, and I was always wondering why he wasn't that angry about it, because I mean, it's totally, you got to say, like, all right, well, like, you introduced me to this guy.
God,
like, that's ultra cucked, right? I mean, that is the ultimate cuck.
It blew up in his face. He's like, yeah, I want my wife to loosen up a bit, but I don't want her to just fucking leave me for the other guy.
It's funny what these boomers will come up with as like stories that make sense, or like the way they behaved, but they were doing a lot of what people like Destiny are doing today on camera. Like, they were doing a lot of this shit in the 70s. Grace's grandmother on her mother's side told her mother a story, again to seek sympathy, that after having 3 kids, after having 3 daughters, married to a rich orthodontist, that the orthodontist, Grace's grandfather, told that she got pregnant a 4th time, and that her grandfather told her grandmother, you have to abort that kid or I'm bouncing, right? But if you abort the kid, I'll stay with you. She got the abortion, then he bounced anyways. Okay, so like,
oh wow.
I've never heard the dad's side of that. I bet it's full of lies, but it's not a flex to say I got played so this guy wouldn't pay child support. Because you can't make a woman get an abortion, but like, he played her by her telling of it. He played her. So why are you telling this story? Which is basically you're basically saying to your kids, I would have killed you too. Like, right? It's like, take that one to the grave. That's an L. That's not a W.
That's a big L. They used to call that the abort and run, I think.
Women can think they're victims of things that, they're not victims of. And that's what I've been trying to tell Grace for, that's the 8th year. And she finally 2 days ago said, like, oh, okay, I'm not actually a victim.
Yes.
But
that's
until
like
then, she had been convinced.
That's kind of like a dine and dash, but it's a version of abort and run. It's like abort, and he runs.
We made a family tree once, and we had one abortion human.
I mean, it's like as a woman, you got to say, like, if a guy is willing to have his kid murdered, is he really a guy who's gonna like stick to his promises? Because like, can't you do the fucking math?
Right.
Can't you do the math? He ain't into it, you know.
And they're on the family tree, the aborted, the grannies.
I made one once. I included them. Dad, I gotta go help Tom with something. Just give me 1 sec. I'll be right back.
Okay. I wonder if they had a name, the aborted baby on the tree, or was it just aborted human?
Well, because her last name is Human.
What? Her granny's
Courtney's maiden name is Human, so aborted Human.
Really, Human?
Like the last name is Human.
Oh,
which is a
that's
Ukrainian
weird.
name.
Human. Holy shit!
Yeah.
Damn.
That's her
We used to joke that Wildheart was aborted and crawled out of the bucket. That he was a survivor of abortion. When he'd be all messed up on stuff, falling down out of his chair, some guests would be on his show and say, "We think he was aborted and just crawled out of the bucket, survived." And
we once because I taught at a Catholic school, so they'd have these crazy speakers come, and one of them was a woman who had been attempted saline. You know what that is? You inject with like this strong, salty solution, like the kid is a fucking.
It burns.
It causes all your. It's like what you do with those things that crawl across the floor. What are they called? Slimes. Slugs. You pour salt on them, right? So that this is like what happens with later term abortions, and she made it through, which I think is absolutely baller on her.
Yeah.
And the mother looks horrible, right? Like, what the fuck kind of human being does that?
What do Catholics? How do Catholics look upon abortion? Is it okay for Catholics these days to abort children, or did they change it?
I don't think so.
I don't know about Catholics, but
it's not okay for anyone. I mean, it's obviously there's always something better to do than that, obviously. But
no, but do they view it as a sin, or?
Oh yeah,
there's
one of the
bodily
worst
autonomy. There's bodily autonomy.
But everyone knows that from a Catholic point of view, it's murder, and you can't murder someone because.
Well, this guy said he views it. Wildheart says it's okay. It's bodily autonomy. Is that what you said?
Yeah.
Wildheart, you're pro-abortion.
Yeah, it's the woman's right to choose. Yeah.
So, what would have been okay for your mother to kill you?
Yeah.
Okay, at least that's consistent.
What about Africans? Do you think it's okay for these women in Africa, instead of having 15 babies, to abort at least a few niglets, so they don't have?
Don't use that word. That's borderline.
Oh, sorry, I meant Negro babies, Negroid, I guess you'd say.
Do I think it's okay to murder black people?
No, Wildheart. I was asking because he's pro-abortion, but he's kind of a lefty, so. I wonder, does race play into it? Wildheart is what I'm getting at.
No, race doesn't play into it at all.
You think it's still okay?
Yeah, it's the same for white people and black people.
What about Planned Parenthood in America promotes abortion in the mostly black neighborhoods? I heard that there are more abortion clinics where it's predominantly black, they call it. Would you say that's okay, Wildheart, to push the abortion of one race more than others?
They're not pushing the abortion.
They're not.
They're just.
Well, Margaret Sanger did say that she was looking to wipe out the black race through abortion.
Yeah, she did. She was the founder, wasn't she, of Planned Parenthood? Yeah, she was. She might even be called racist these days. They might even call her
racist. Yeah.
Yeah.
Because eugenics, she was eugenicist. And so she believed that some people are genetically superior to other people. Whether it was, I don't think it was primarily race. I think she was primarily trying to get rid of people that they called, what did they call them back then? Deficient, morally deficient. So if you're like an alcoholic, they would try to castrate you. If you were feeble-minded.
Holy shit.
Sure, in America too.
That's pretty extreme.
You were seen as having, because they They at that time thought that alcoholism ran in families, which it does.
Yeah.
But their idea is we can wipe out alcoholism if we wipe out alcoholics, which I don't know. I mean, you'd have to take a lot of Irish out.
Lopping their balls off was the solution. They're lopping their balls off as their solution to alcoholism. You wouldn't have any balls, Wildheart. They would have taken yours if you lived in those days.
I don't want that.
He drinks vodka every day. But are you okay, dude? You look like cold, and you look like you're... Are you on a bender?
No, I'm fine.
You're all right? Okay.
Yeah, I've been cutting down on my drink.
Yeah, you would have been aborted and castrated in those days. You would, if you survived the abortion, they would have cut your balls off for being an alcoholic.
Well, maybe he wouldn't have publicly been as much a drinker if
he's pretty public
he
about
would
it
be
in this
possibly
life.
Castrated.
He would have had to be on the down low.
We don't know. Yeah.
Yeah. Because he's pretty public about it.
I don't really think. I mean, I think there's a loose connection between drinking and genetics, but not really. I don't.
Do you think Sanger was right about certain aspects of the races being unequal and some being superior, maybe not morally, but in other ways? Like, do you think maybe the darkies have dragged down America in terms of, like, if they had never been brought over? Can you see how America would be vastly different with?
Yeah, it'd be a lot like Norway, which I think Norway's boring. I think what makes America particularly great is the interplay between white and black, which produce things like rock music, now rap music. We've taken over the world as a combination. So it was fortuitous.
You think the darkies have helped spice up America in a sense?
Yeah, I think I would like to bring a bunch of American blacks, like from the south side of Chicago, to Norway, because I think it would help the Norwegians to become more Viking-like. You know what I mean? Like they've become kind of emasculated in this attempt to create a safe society. So if you've got blacks running around trying to have sex, with little Ingrid, I think you're gonna have to up your game.
Would you bring any voodoo, like tribal ones from Africa to Norway?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or how about the Australian Aborigines? Like, sure, they'd have riz with these Norwegian girls. I think mixing can be good. I think too much mixing can be a problem. It's hard to know what the right amount is. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't.
What are we talking about?
I don't think there's any
Race mixing?
rule. I think it's just like my kind of plan would be that young white incels go to sub-Saharan Africa and the Far East, and instead of doing all these surgeries and bleaching, you can just have half white babies.
Do you think they would fuck them if we sent the incels over to Africa? That they would
with
bang
the incels?
Yeah, the incels. Do you think they could be trained in a sense like dogs to fuck African darkies?
Sure,
jungle women. Yeah, bush women.
Oh, I mean, I
mean like the tall, so. Those tall tribal women that are like 6 foot and over in Sudan or somewhere, and they're super dark.
It might take them a while, but like, you know what I mean? It may take them a while to get out of the like kind of idea that they're at, like they're at the zoo. It's like just like a different creature altogether. But I don't think it would take very long for them to,
Oh, the long neck one. Somebody's with the jewelry, the gold.
But those women have prime genetics. Like they've got the code to everything inside of them. You know what I mean? So they
might
can
not
make
want
all
to fuck
sorts
an incel.
of good.
Yeah.
Well, that's what I'm saying.
Well,
I think you'd have
though.
to. Well, I know for a fact that a black man in Norway is seen as exotic. There's a fetishism. You know what I mean? There's an exoticism.
Well, the
Chinese they watch the NBA and they're like, their pussies, the little Chinese pussies get wet. I think that's obvious, right? So it may be too much, like to have like, LeBron James with your like little Min Ching daughter. Like he might like blast her wide open. She may die from it, but like,
oh damn,
you know what I'm saying?
Split her like a watermelon or something. You know what I mean? But do you think these tall, super dark Negroes in Africa?
If we could use the word Africans instead of Negroes, just for the channel,
I think
don't
Negroes
personally
okay.
care. Negro is kind of
African tribal darkies, like the darkest
also
ones.
Darkies. Can we just call them black people?
No, the Nigerians.
Okay, what about them? What about them? What about them?
The darkest of the ones in Africa. Do you think they would suck the white dicks of incels like someone that looks like
wouldn't really accomplish the mission. It's got to be old school sperm
intercourse.
Right. That would be the point. Now, would the incels be able to raise children as part of the tribe?
Would their pussies get wet enough though?
Then you'd have to kill the incels or something. I don't know. What do you do with
breed,
an incel?
though?
I don't know. These tribal people don't have any problem with holding someone down and forcing them to have intercourse, particularly. And so, I don't exactly know how the program would work, but I call it my, transatlantic,
Have
exchange
you been
program.
with a black woman with a very dark skin, highly melanated? I'll call them instead of saying darky. Highly melanated people. Highly melanated. I mean, the darkest ones it's almost unbelievably dark when they come here. I had never seen a woman that dark. I went to Walmart a few years ago, and she was just the darkest woman I'd ever seen. I didn't know there were people that dark. And I was shocked in line, and she was looking at me.
Our world is beautiful and made up of. You make me want to be a liberal.
You
make me want to be a fucking liberal.
You're too paranoid.
You're like.
Yeah, she looked at me like I was a vanilla ice cream cone, like she wanted to eat me, and I was blushing, like, oh my goodness, I grew up in a sheltered area. I was in the far north. I wasn't around black people.
You were aroused by a black woman from Africa.
Well, I wondered if her pussy got wet.
And you're an incel, so
no, I'm not an incel, Grace. You're making up shit. You're just throwing out false accusations.
Procedemus. You know what that means?
Let's continue.
Let us proceed.
Not an incel at all.
Let us proceed. Procedemus. This guy's turning
Grace
Grace into
getting
a lib.
upset.
I'm gonna shave my head and get a choke collar too.
You're gonna do that?
If a kid walked up, because I've also raised a kid from 4 to 6 years old.
I'm gonna put you guys down for a minute.
My kid back then would have been like, hey,
raised a kid from 4 to 6 years old.
What does that even mean?
It's called parent swag.
I raised a kid from
upwards
4
of
to 6 years
13
old.
between 13 months and 3 years.
Well, that's a long time to raise a kid. Whose kid was it?
Good.
What are you talking about?
I've done some babysitting.
I've also raised a kid from 4 to 6 years old. If a kid came up, my kid back then would have been like, hey.
You raised your child from 4 to 6 years old as a man?
I don't know. We don't know the context, but
he said
this person had a kid for a brief period of time.
Yeah.
That person's super tall. That's super weird. I'd be like, no, some people are tall.
Okay. So you'd tell your kid that basic reality is not real? If my kid saw a super tall person, I'd say that's not weird.
Well,
you
go to weird from unusual. So, weird means unusual in a way that I find, disturbing.
Yeah, that's true. But up until this, okay, fine. But up until this point, we've been talking about unusual.
But it is unusual. I mean, you would have to say it's unusual to be 6'8".
No, you wouldn't. You just say it's above average.
People.
It's above average.
You can share in your child's
you'd have to say it's unusual.
exuberance in the
be...
world. You could go, wow, yeah, that person is really tall. I bet they can reach tall places. You understand, you can objectively acknowledge in a non-judgmental way a fact about the world without portraying it, especially because this example of tall people is really dodging the issue, which is that you are portraying trans people and gender non-conforming people, which is a class of person, as other, as weird. So the sensitivity with which you need to approach this issue is perhaps heightened in a way that just remarking on someone's tallness isn't. But to be a responsible steward of your children.
No pun intended.
and a responsible steward of the future, describing things as they are and saying, wow, yeah, that's cool, is different than saying, "Oh, yeah, that's weird."
Interestingly, she does recognize that I'm a responsible steward of the future. These two people are irresponsible stewards of their own deletion. You know, there's no perceivable way in which this has any future.
Yes, that's correct. The bloodline will end.
So
here.
props.
Understand the difference between those things?
The difference is
whether I'm an irresponsible steward of the future. At least I'm a steward of the future. You're
a
the
contender.
steward of a genetic dead end.
Even children understand that being tall is just like it's something that you're born with, right? Or whatever, you're born with the potential. And wearing a dress and having a full beard at the same time is a choice, and it's certainly an odd choice.
It's not an odd choice, Ben. There's so much. Okay, wait. Let's hold.
It's not an odd choice.
Look at this one's face. It's like
it's certainly an odd choice.
It is an odd choice. Like wearing, I don't know, a bunch of different patterns on top of each other could also be an odd choice. Anyone could make an odd choice. Shaving half of your hair off is an odd choice.
Pull back a little bit. All right. Because I think that we're just gonna get it. We're gonna hit this impasse, and I'm not ready for it yet. So Ben, like the crux of the, like, let's go back to your original statement that most people are transphobic, and I think that when you're positing this, I think you're really comparing it to your own lived experience on how you view the world. And
that's an undeniable fact. Actually, it's a fact that these people should agree with, to say, oh yeah, most people are transphobic and we should work to stop that.
In the sense of avoidant, though, I don't think we should work to stop that.
I'm not saying I think that. I'm saying they think that. They think that heteronormative
I think you'd have
culture...
to differentiate between those who are transphobic, just in the sense, like, I'm just gonna walk on the other side of the road here. Like, I don't care to, you know what I mean? Especially when it comes to sexuality.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not interested. Not interested.
Yeah.
As opposed to those who are virulently transphobic, in the sense that they're like consumed with this problem. Like, I think Matt Walsh or someone like that is.
Yeah.
Which actually, interestingly, those people who say that are the most likely to then end up having sex with. I mean, there's a weird kind of way in which those groups can, like, have a lot in common.
That's why Grindr crashes during CPAC.
I've never, it's only when I'm around right-wingers that I, like, and a trans person comes up, they're absolutely fascinated. I'm like, trans people are, like, usually on a panel, super boring. And it's just a blah, 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 blah.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's just like, you can't, it's just like, it's funny for kicks, but, like, to actually engage, but, like, to even be like, oh, I've got a real problem, I'm going to call you he. Right? That's the Riz. That is the Riz. That's what they want. They're fascinated, almost obsessed with people who are obsessed with themselves. So it's like, okay, can you two get a fucking room here?
Mm-hmm. It seriously is like, that's what happened with Cooley and Dane when Melanie went on. Now listen here, man.
Right.
Dude.
It's like, we really need you to clarify that? Why?
Yeah.
I mean, if you're going to fuck a Furby, or you might, unless you, like, make sure everyone agrees with you, it's like, just fuck the Furby.
Just fuck the Furby, Dane.
I don't know why anyone would be interested in a Furby's sexuality at all.
Yeah.
Like, whatevs.
I want to say this because, like, words like odd, words like weird, words like unusual. Unusual is, like, fine. You can say unusual. That's fine. That can be, that can be.
So she went back on her previous.
She's going
thing.
back. Mm-hmm. She said you shouldn't tell your kids something is unusual if it's unusual.
in a lot of ways, depending on how you use it in the context. But like odd and weird have been historically used to otherize people who are not quote unquote normal, right? Normal is, you know, a word that is designed in when you're talking about people in particular, I mean, you know, normalization, or the idea of to normalize people into these specific boxes, are essentially where the discrimination comes from, right? Anybody who is deemed outside
here we
the
get into
parameters,
philosophy, and like this is where it all goes out the window.
Why?
To recognize patterns, it has nothing to do with hurting others.
Yes, right.
It has nothing intrinsically to do with it. We recognize patterns all the time.
Yeah, yeah.
Their idea is, it's similar to say, you know, I had a woman that she was married to she was white, but she was married to a black man. And she had this, like, she would always wear these t-shirts. I think I worked with her. I can't remember what the context was. But she said, love, you know, she had these like shirts on that said, love is colorblind. And I understand what she was saying, but in another way, that's an insult to her husband, saying like, yeah, I have sex with this guy. You know what I mean? It's like,
that's funny.
I understand what she was saying, and I believe there's some truth to it, but like, love is color-philic, right?
Yeah, right. You love
If you're
everything
having sex
about
with a black man, I hope you think that blackness is fully compatible with attraction.
Yeah, that you love his
which
color.
some people agree with and most people don't. Like, most people just, if someone looks a lot different than them, don't find it attractive, you know?
True, yeah.
And that, like, there's no we don't need a project to overcome that.
Yeah, right. But this is the problem. This otherizing thing is like, you just have a problem with reality. You have a problem with the fact that people are different from each other and people notice those differences.
Yeah, you're going too
differences.
core philosophically.
Yeah.
You need to say, okay, when people are pointed out and we automatically assume that that's negative, there we can have problems.
Yeah.
Although if that group is like criminals, okay, fine. But like, we should include automatically people in that group. But I would say that it's probably a good instinct for kids when they see, if they're alone, if they see a man with a dress on with a beard, yeah, I would steer clear.
Yeah.
And I'm not saying like, I mean, in 2026, like 99% of the time that person's probably safer than most people, but like, it's a good instinct. Just like, steer clear.
Steer clear of people who are not behaving according to social norms, because they might be fine.
They're doing
but
something
they
which is not
weird.
intended for you.
Yeah.
It's not really intended for you.
Yeah.
If they are calling you over, probably just steer clear. They're mostly not, but like, if they're really interested in you and they look like that, steer clear.
Yeah.
It's common sense. Go with your instinct.
But they're also saying two things at once here, because they're saying on the one hand, we're unique and we're different, and that's cool. On the other hand, they're saying, no, don't otherize us.
It's ultra narcissism.
We're the same
it's
as
saying,
you.
I'm doing things to call attention to myself, talking about it endlessly, but whenever I feel like it, I just want to be treated like everyone else. It's
like
ultra narcissism. At least just be a narcissist.
Exactly, yeah.
Of what is seen as normal, anybody who's outside of that definition of normal is seen as other, and then that's the root of discrimination. That's the root of getting people to conform. Or you don't agree with that?
No, I understand what you're saying. It can be, but simply recognizing that you're saying othering. I think what you mean is othering in a negative sense. I mean, you were just talking about billionaires. Billionaires are other, right, than people who are not like in that elite. Generally it's seen as positive if you're, super wealthy, but you are different than other people.
Sure,
right?
but again, I'm not saying to not be a billionaire is normal. Right, I'm just saying that there is a billion.
Yes, you are. Of course you are.
Well,
wait, what? Wait, let me go back. I don't think I followed that. Hold on.
You're wealthy, but you are different than other people.
Sure,
right?
But again, I'm not saying to not be a billionaire is normal.
Yes, she is.
Of course you are, unless you think there are billions of billionaires, in which case you're an idiot.
Yeah. This one, Josie, has been said things that it's too stupid at a certain point. She said,
I mean, you get the sense here you've got full-on crazy.
Yeah, she
which
said that
makes sense because what you're looking at is full-on crazy.
Yeah, like literally backwards. She said that being 6'8" is not unusual. And now she's saying that being a billionaire is normal. Okay.
Right, I'm just saying that there is a billion.
Yes, you are. Of course you are.
Well, okay, so okay, really good job derailing me there because I almost.
And you're actually
that.
trying to turn billionaire into like a pejorative.
Essentially, yes. That is.
Well, that's inherently what othering does. I personally, and I'm not going to speak for Josie.
So
I do think being a billionaire makes you a freak. Yes, I'm going to affirm, and I'm not speaking for Josie. I'll speak for myself. I think
so you're guilty of
othering
billionaires.
It makes you a bad
True.
person. You should be othered by society, right? What I'm advocating for is
kind of
that
agree with you on
most
that, yeah.
other cool, I'm glad. Most other types of human differences, including choices like what you wear, should not carry an othering distinction where it's like, yeah, that's weird. Because you realize, like, if you teach a child, like, yeah, it's weird.
Why not? Why? Clothing is a way of fitting into social norms or not?
It's a social act.
Yeah, clothing is a social
Unless you're doing it in private,
performance.
in which case no one cares.
Yeah.
No one cares what you wear in your room.
Yeah.
So, but clothing is a social act. I wear a collared shirt for a reason.
Yeah. If no one's watching you, you generally don't care what you're wearing.
It's a social act. I might say so people might say, oh, you're wearing a pink shirt, you're gay. I have to embrace that. I don't think there's anything unmasculine inherently about wearing a pink shirt, though I know that there is a general association in our culture currently with pink and femininity.
Yeah.
Not 100%, but like it's an association, which I embrace because I think pink looks good on me, and I love the color pink.
Yeah.
And I am a dandy, so I loved Tristan Tate's pink suit. I think it's a great suit. I think it looks really good on him.
Oh yeah. I forgot about this.
I mean, I think
This looks like a drawing, but hold on.
Is that him? Okay, yeah. I think it's a great color for a suit. And there's a long history of, I think that's a great.
It is a good suit. It's interesting. Yeah, I like it.
Oh.
Plus, he's half black, so darker skinned people can wear bright colors or interesting colors, and I don't know, white people can too. It just has a certain looks good.
It could, with a very light skinned person, wash you out.
Yeah, yeah.
But yeah, strong colors look good on people with dark skin because the contrast. Strong, bright colors.
Yeah.
Generally look good on people with darker skin.
Yeah.
Of which I would say I am on the dark side for a white man because I have no tan currently and I'm pretty swarthy.
Yeah, that's true. Much more than me. I'm quite pale. Like this is what and this is a little ridiculous, but it's cool. It's cool.
No, it's cool, yeah.
It's definitely cool.
For a person with a beard to be wearing a dress. at some point in their life, they're going to see a man wearing a kilt and they're going to say, you're weird. Or their friend is going to
Scottish people are weird.
be trans when they're in middle school and they're going to say, that's weird. Like you're creating an other group that your children will not see themselves in, or they will not see the humanity in a way that is different than, like I said, non-judgmentally just saying like, maybe you could just say like, I haven't seen a person with a beard and a dress recently. That's interesting. Instead of reifying that it's
did see
other.
a man recently with a beard and.
But it is other. You just don't like reality.
Yeah, I'm just saying.
It is other.
I'm telling my kid, like, yup, 1 + 1 = 2.
Yeah.
This person engaged in a social act. You, as part of society, are recognizing the character of that act.
Yeah.
True.
Right.
Address, and I was trans, like I guess you could say transphilic, because I really wanted to talk to him, because I really think that trans people have a lot of insight. I do streaming, and I have so many young males who identify as cis hetero Christians who I think are like really not in that gender, and I think repressing.
They're saying, RD the liberal comes in. They're saying they want to live in a society where gender non-conforming behavior isn't considered abnormal. But if you're not conforming, that's abnormal. You're never going to be able to.
Maybe that's Rusty. Maybe that's Rusty's point.
Oh,
if you're being a non-conformist. Like no one, it's not non-conformist to go to a furry party and wear an animal outfit.
Right.
That's actually conformist.
Right.
So. Yeah, there are spaces like this, right? Like where things that are odd or normal within a certain context.
Sure.
Saying the whole world has to be an LGBTQIDGAF conference is setting you up for your own annihilation, because that's not going to be tolerated.
Yeah.
And why would you want to do that?
Right.
Because you have daddy issues.
Yeah.
Old school people like Quentin Crisp, they understood like what he was saying is totally fine with almost everyone.
Yes.
Like, he's saying like, yeah.
Yes, right.
I'm not trying to change society.
Mm-hmm.
Or like that Buck Rogers guy.
Buck Angel? Yeah.
Buck Angel is generally saying like, no, I agree with like society's norms. I just happen not to be able to conform to them.
Yeah.
But I'm not here to tell you that I've got any real insight that applies to everyone. I'm just saying this is me.
Yeah. Right.
And for most people, what I did is not a good idea, which I think we would agree.
True. Yeah.
But wish him well. You know what I mean? Like
plenty of people are non-conformist. Like artists can be non-conformist. They're not saying everyone has to be like them. They're openly non-conforming. Like we're non-conforming. We don't have 9 to 5s. We don't whatever do a lot of stuff that normal people do.
A troll can't say I don't want to be seen as a troll.
Yeah.
Then stop trolling.
But I think their problem is they're like, well, I'm not in charge of it. I didn't choose to.
Which is why I love the fact that they tried to lynch me, because that's the sign of a good troll. Is that they attempt to like say like you're the worst person in the world, and then they sit there going, he kind of got under. I don't know. There's something demonic.
Yeah. Right.
Which is my like I love it. Yeah.
Yeah.
I won. I trolled you.
We haven't gotten to the good part.
You can't make sense of it.
No, they can't make sense of it.
They're, you know what I mean? Like, I think they have issues. And I think it's, okay. So I was actually drawn to talk with this person. I don't have any, but if
why would you describe it as like, weird? Well, why would you teach your children that it's weird?
Well, no, I would just affirm if they say like, yeah, that's weird. I think the person is like, so the difference between you, Josie, and someone who's doing that is you
teaching your child that it's weird.
Like,
you know that you can redirect. You can redirect. You can reframe for your children. You might say like, yeah, that's maybe new for you, but be like you don't even have to spin it as a positive, but you can just say like, yeah, that's interesting. Or like, yeah, I think that's new for you. Or you could spin it as a positive because you apparently think positively of trans people. Like, it's so confusing because you're on the one hand saying like, yeah, that's weird, but also like, I like trans people. And so I just have a hard time figuring out why you don't understand.
Well, I like
that it's
trans
not
people in some
okay
ways,
to
but
say
like,
that it's weird.
let's say in the sexual marketplace, I have no interest in trans people whatsoever. And I think that's okay.
I'm not interested in going down this. I'm not at all interested in going down this pathway. Like, I would rather stay on topic. Why are you telling your children that it's weird to dress non-conforming?
I'm affirming that this person.
Why are you like? If we just wrote it out. Why are you telling your child that it's weird? First of all, you're not telling them. You're just saying if they say it's weird
for someone to dress weird.
Why are you saying it's weird for someone to dress weird? That like you can't even answer that question. It's like I don't.
But I'm not telling them that. I'm just they had the reaction. If they said that looks great, okay, I'm not, or whatever. I mean, they're just coming to me because they have a sense of what's natural and normal.
Yeah,
they're saying like that doesn't match.
Right.
And I'm saying, yeah,
right.
It doesn't.
Right. Rusty says they want America to have some kind of extreme sexual revolution, and that hasn't fully happened. It actually caused many people to become more reactionary. Well, yeah, I mean, this movement is a failure. We're talking to the dregs of a movement. Like, nobody...
Well, I agree. I agree. I actually agree with the idea of, like, the sexual revolution needs to be followed through. Do you know what I'm saying? We need to, like, follow through on it, not react to it super hard. And I think there are real legitimate insights from the sexual revolution, but we've got to sort out the baby from the bathwater.
Yeah.
But I mean, we have not done that. And so there's just this panic. And on the internet, it's a billion times the panic. But the panic is irrational because you can't get people to acknowledge that a 16-year-old girl can be sexually attractive. I mean, I've yet to find anyone who's willing to admit that, which we all know to be true. We have to start there.
Yep.
And where do we go from there? Okay.
I haven't yet to... Could we ask maybe Wildheart to answer that question? We should ask every panelist to answer that question. Wildheart, welcome back to the show, buddy.
Thank you. Thank you.
I've got a question for you.
Yeah.
Would you say that it is theoretically possible for a 16-year-old girl to be sexually attractive?
Yeah. That's actually
a king. Of course.
That's actually legal in the UK. 16 is the age of consent in the UK. So.
It is in,
is it 16? Yeah. It is here in our
states too.
Yeah, that's fine. Yeah.
But even if it wasn't legal, I'm just saying, just as an age.
You wouldn't need an age of consent if they weren't. Well, okay, I guess that's different. But
if it was, if the age of consent was 17, would you still say it's possible that some 16-year-olds are sexually attractive?
You don't have a mental illness as a male.
Yeah.
If you find a fully formed young woman attractive, that's normal.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, that's fine. Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Wildheart has been arguing with El Diablo in the back. Wildheart said, "I've got a prostitute coming round tomorrow, Diablo, so fuck you, haha." My king!
I have actually. She just texted me on WhatsApp. She said she's coming round tomorrow.
Nice. Hey, are you ever scared of those women? Like they might rob you or kill you or something? They're kind of like hardened women, no?
No, I'm a big bloke. I can look after myself.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is that illegal in the UK?
No.
Oh.
No. Prostitution is fine. It's pimping and stuff. What is illegal? You know, the stuff around prostitution is illegal.
My guess is that what you're saying is it is probably technically illegal, but they don't care if it's not.
No, it's legal. Yeah. They have websites and that where you can book people.
Well,
yeah.
I know
Grace,
it's
why
legal
don't
in
you
Amsterdam.
why don't you look that up? My guess is that like it's technically illegal because how would pimping be illegal if prostitution was legal?
No, it's the pimping that's illegal.
Prostitution itself is legal in the United Kingdom. A person can buy sexual services.
Oh, you're right.
As
I'm
a private
wrong.
prostitute or out-call escort is legal. However, many related activities are not, including a prostitute waiting for or soliciting business in a street or public place.
No street girls.
Yeah.
Oh, really? So you can just... Yeah, okay. Because we have these websites too, but it's generally illegal, but it's not necessarily policed if no one complains. But if so, yeah, okay. So you're good.
Yeah. It's all
he lives
legal.
there and hires the hoes. He should know.
But it used to be illegal, I'm sure.
It used to be. Yeah.
Does that? Does that make the prices go down?
I don't know when it changed.
Since they're not taking a risk.
Yeah, it's like I think it's like 200, 250 pounds, something like that.
Really? And no one are there available like for 100? But
you can
quality goes down.
100. Yeah, 150, something like that. Yeah. Yeah, the one I'm getting is like 200, I think.
200, wow.
That's a good amount of money.
200 for what, if you don't mind me asking, like an hour?
Grace.
An hour.
Curious?
An hour.
200 an hour? Okay.
Yeah.
Is trolling.
They're not trolling. They're living.
No, does she pay taxes on that?
I don't know whether she does or not.
Do they have to? Do they have? No. So it's unregulated, right? So in the sense they don't.
Yeah.
They don't have to get tested. You're on your own, right?
Yeah, it's just cash in hand. Yeah.
So if you get an STD, you can't sue someone.
No, I won't get an STD. They make you wear a condom. They insist on it.
Oh, I see. Okay.
Yeah.
But not legally, right? They don't have to do that.
They don't have to, no, but they generally insist.
I got
you. Do you screen them for STDs and stuff?
I don't screen them, no.
He's trusting the condom.
Yeah.
Oh, I see.
Yeah. But like I said, they make you wear a condom, so there's no chance of getting an STD.
Well, that's not quite true, but I think it is largely.
Yeah. Yeah.
You're taking a slight risk, I guess, but.
Yeah. Plus, I've been to prison 6 times, and they test you for everything in there, so I know I've not got anything.
Yeah, you're clean. Yeah.
Yeah, I know I'm clean. Yeah. It was only for breaking the restraining order. Nothing bad. Just my stepdad took a restraining order against me, so.
Yeah, bullshit. I know that bullshit.
Yeah.
Oh, you got an RO from your stepdad?
Yeah.
Is that what you said?
Yeah. Yeah.
Interesting.
So whenever I went with my mum, whenever I went with my mum's, my stepdad will get me arrested.
Yeah.
Because I was technically breaking the restraining order. Yeah.
All right,
did he get it on her behalf or his behalf?
His behalf, yeah. Yeah, I would never hurt my mum. I never actually hurt my stepdad. I just walked up to him with a knife because he was pissing me off one day. But I dropped it as soon as I got to him. I never actually hurt him or anything. He just got scared. Yeah.
All right, let's try to make it through the clip, shall we?
Sorry.
I'm affirming that this person is trolling.
They're not trolling. They're living their lives, Ben.
How do you know?
They are.
No, they're not. No, they're not. Do you think that all it's subversive, but that doesn't
you are
mean
so rude.
Can't really understand the
you are a huge jerk. Like I don't know if you understand that, but you are so rude.
You're mad at me.
Yeah.
Okay. You can be angry.
Yeah, because you're actively rude.
My experience.
Yeah.
Right. You can end the call, no problem. You say you want.
Ask? Did you go up to the person and say, "Are you wearing that dress to be a troll?" Or
I mean, they're complaining about what they asked for. They asked for people who are anti-trans. like in any way. They're like, please call in if you don't agree with our ideology in any way, shape, or form.
I mean, me saying that this person is openly trolling with their choices, and wearing a beard is a choice. Obviously, it's not a. I'm talking about I'm not talking about someone who's clean shaven and you can see some stubble. I'm saying this is a choice. It's an unusual choice for men to have a big beard. So this person knows what they're doing.
Yeah.
Or are you just making a shitty assumption about someone?
Yeah.
I think a lot of transgender people would say, like, yeah, we're openly trolling. I'm not sure if
No, we're not. We are not. We are not, Ben.
You're not.
That is
You're not.
Don't single me out as one of the good ones. Ben, I'm getting annoyed that you keep on singling me out as one of the good ones. It's really frustrating me and it's pissing me off.
I'm not saying you're one of the good ones. I'm just saying you're doing something that
I'm one of the normal ones. That's what they're trying to make me seem. I do not want to be categorized.
Are these both men?
Yes.
I believe so, yeah.
I believe so.
Yeah.
Males.
Yeah.
In your normalness narrative, right?
I don't think
because
you're normal by any stretch of the imagination. But I think you're doing one thing, and sometimes people are doing something else. And I think it's okay that they do that, but I think it's okay that
what
we
am I
recognize
doing
what they're
that's
doing.
different from myself? What am I doing different than what is Lux is doing right now? What am I doing
You're
that's
attempting
different?
to pass. You're attempting to pass.
But that doesn't. But do you? Okay, I'm really curious now. I'm going to interrogate you. So Ben, why do you think I'm trying to pass? What gives you that impression?
Oh well, it's obvious.
What's obvious about it?
Well, I mean, you're making yourself look female.
Why?
Well, you'd have to
I'm looking like a woman. Well, exactly, because you're making an assumption about my appearance without even knowing anything about the reasons why. The reason that I attempt to pass, and it's not even really like it's just my normal waking up a routine, is because I'm incredibly gender dysphoric, and my gender dysphoria makes me want to do the things that make me feel comfortable in the world that I live, because my social dysphoria is very high. So I don't want people on the street to be like, oh, what are you, right? I want to just live my life like an average person. It has nothing to do
that is exactly what I would assume is the reasoning.
Yeah.
I would be correct to assume that is the reason you do this.
Right. That's the reason you try to pass.
So you could say it's an assumption, but like, it's hard to imagine what else you'd
be doing.
Why else you'd be doing this?
Yeah.
Unless someone could have bet you $1 million that you couldn't pass as a woman. Okay, that's true, but like, normal assumption is you're trying to pass because you don't want to be noticed.
True, yeah. You just want to seem like a woman. Okay.
Yeah.
And while we're talking about attractiveness of women, Grace, you are very, very attractive.
Thank you very much. That's very nice of you to say.
Can I ask you a question, Wildheart? Would you, and I'm not saying like this means anything because I think people, would you, if what was considered a very attractive openly transgender prostitute, you would just say like zero?
No.
Okay. No. I think that's, I would say the same thing.
Yeah. No.
It's just I do it because it's naturally who I am. But somebody else. There are other people who are trans women, trans men, and non-binary people that don't give a fuck about passing because they don't have that in their mind. It doesn't give them distress to walk outside with a beard and a dress because they don't have to go through the pain of getting their face zapped by lasers for 4 or 5 years to be able to not have to wear a beard. Like, I envy those folks. I envy the people that have the ability to go out and wear a beard and a dress and live their best fucking lives because they didn't have to go through the pain.
Than you.
Yes, but they're not doing it because they're
trolling.
Aware of it's just because. What are the consequences? It's not because they're aware of the consequences because they choose those consequences. It's because it's put upon them. And Ben, you know how fucked up it is.
That was a very Glenn Greenwald and.
is to think about a person that can actively live their lives in a beard and a dress and walk around the world without being ridiculed and be able to live their best lives. Instead, there are people out there that say they're being weird, they're being trolly, they're being unnormal to be able to do that, and then they force them, and then society forces them to to shave their beard, to go through electrolysis, to do all of the things because society made fun of them so much.
Do electrolysis?
No, I gotta cut in here. Is this, excuse me, caller? Is this Ben Thorpe?
Yes. Hey, you know what that means?
Yes.
Okay, never call us back again.
You're a
you
child abuser.
Oh God. Okay.
He was arrested for kicking his daughter on stream. He's an awful person. No, never call our show
I'm
again.
shocked that he admitted to who he was. That's crazy.
Wow, thank you so much. This is why we have producers, everybody.
Yeah, thank
you. because there was no way for me to be able to get through and understand who that person was.
No, that was crazy.
Wow.
And he calls trans people trolls.
Wow.
Yeah, I trolled the trolls.
My blood was boiling because I've never had somebody just straight up just continually make me the example of the good one. I'm one of the good ones.
Obnoxious.
I'm one of the good ones. And I know he wasn't saying that exact word, but he kept on insinuating it. Like, I'm okay. I'm one of the okay type of trans people. I'm one of the ones that put the attempt in the pass. It's like you don't fucking
I made it
know
very
me.
clear that I thought you were the craziest of all of them.
Yeah.
I said by no stretch of the imagination do I think you're normal.
Yeah, right.
So
like,
they don't know how to reframe it. They just they're
No.
lost.
He was saying I'm one of the good
Reframing it.
ones.
I was trying to make you my ally. I wasn't. I think you're
No.
batshit crazy. And she admitted it. I have extreme gender dysphoria. I'm the craziest of the crazies. Yeah.
Right.
And extreme social whatever aurea. Yeah, you're super crazy.
Yeah.
Pass.
You made no.
All I'm saying is you don't have the right to, on behalf of all transgender people, say all of us are doing what I'm doing. It's not true.
Yeah, right.
Not
Everybody can
many
see that.
are. I don't know how many are, but largely the people who are doing what she's doing are not going on shows talking about it.
Yeah, right.
It's like you don't fucking know me. It's like you don't fucking know me. I am just a person.
I don't
who
care
likes
to either.
No. But you
I'm just asking
correctly assessed
questions.
that she's trying to pass, and she is. And she agreed.
But this is the narcissism. You have to get to know me. I don't have to get to know you.
No.
I don't care. I don't care at all. I'm
Right.
just debating the topic.
Right.
You're fascinated. You two are fascinated with me at this point, and as is your chat.
Yes. You know, when Josie was talking about, I have extreme gender dysphoria, and you were like, yeah, no, sure. Mm-hmm. The chat was like, Ben, stop with the passive-aggressive agreeing.
I agreed with every word she said.
I know.
I'm super crazy in this way. I'm super crazy in this way, and that's why I do this super crazy shit.
Right.
True. I just don't think all transgender people are doing the super crazy shit you're doing.
Yeah, right.
I'm not saying it's better. I'm just saying you won't have any social. You're not going to be seen as a troll because you're not trolling.
Yeah.
I don't give a fuck what other people think about it. At the end of the day, I just do it because it makes me feel good.
So why are you on the show talking about being trans and saying
No, but she just said I went through painful electrolysis, removing every follicle from my face because I wanted to avoid people seeing that I'm male.
Yes, right. So you do care.
To say I don't give a fuck is exact opposite of what you call social whatever aurea.
Yeah. You care to an extreme level.
Yeah.
I like looking in the mirror and having the way that I look. just like any other person. Just like fucking Jonathan Van Ness, who wears a beard and has a dress, looks in the mirror and says,
It's not like Jonathan Van Ness.
No.
You're not
a
like
different
Jonathan
type.
Van Ness. Jonathan Van Ness is a troll.
He's a gay man who wears a beard and a dress. He's not trans, and he's not trying to look like a woman. It's a different category.
Walks out the door.
He's a gay
and that
comedian.
is fucking cool too. I fucking love that. I love that JVN has the freaking courage and ability to do that.
It just doesn't
every
make any
day.
sense.
Yeah.
I think it's fucking badass. And it's like, to think that people like that are just like, oh, they're doing it to be subversive. No, this isn't like somebody getting a tattoo across their face.
But earlier they said, that I get it. It's subversive.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
It is subversive.
It is subversive. It's okay to be subversive. That can be useful in a society, but don't tell me it's not subversive.
This is different. This is not the same thing. Like, it's...
Plus, I love the fact that they said my name. Advertising, right?
Yeah. Excuse me, is this Ben Thorpe?
And now you're giving me more advertising. Like, look, you're all like flummoxed.
Oh, it's
Troll
losing
victory.
it.
I can sit back and watch you try to make sense of it. That's called trolling the trolls.
Tattoos on their face are fine too. I know a girl who's amazing, who's got like baby across her eyebrow and like freaking like another one that says girl right here. It's fucking great. I like, she's a friend of mine. It's like, oh my God. Oh my God.
That's crazy. I can't imagine I guess I just think it's incredible that when called out, like, you have a Googleable name. We are able to Google you, and there's video of you abusing your child, physically abusing your child on camera, and you got arrested for it. And for you to just I guess props for being proud of the shithead that you are.
Yes.
Congratulations on having no shame. For
I'm
being
non-conforming. I thought that was what we all are celebrating.
Wait a second, you're otherizing me.
Parent. I hope that none of his children ever speak to him again.
Oh,
nice.
God. Oh my God. Oh, it's really interesting because he has a very good ability to get under people's skin.
Troll rep.
Josie is in full trans whirlwind after this experience.
In a very specific way.
Yeah.
Like, it just makes my skin crawl a little bit. Like, you can just get under your skin in he's a horrible human being, but he does have a skill that is very scary, and I don't like it. It makes me feel bad. I don't like it.
And he's still there listening. He's in the chat. Ben, you're a piece of fucking shit. All bad things happen to you for the rest of your life. You're a terrible person. Get the fuck out of this community.
I think I got otherized.
I think that's some pretty strong otherizing of a non-conformist member of society. It's pretty brutal.
God, what? Well, I hope, and whoever is watching his stream right now, also fuck you too.
That's right, chat.
Chat.
Sofa chat. It's fine. His child is a real pain in the ass.
Yeah, legitimately.
Legitimately, guys.
Yeah.
Seriously.
Anyways. Okay.
So you see Josie's face? Okay, here's the reality. She thinks this whole thing is kind of like semi-flirting hot. That's legit what she thinks is going on here. This one is just more antisocial. This one is kind of exhilarated that a dangerous man came and talked to her. That's 100% what's going on here.
Right. It's a gay guy.
She's not mad. Yeah.
It's a gay guy.
Yeah, it's a gay man.
Hey.
Crazy.
All right. Where's the palate cleanser? Just like and subscribe.
She's thrilled.
There is no palate cleanser for you two. I mean, I don't know where to go.
On that note, though, my brother's downstairs. I gotta go pay him and get him out of there. He's got to go home. And
speaking of which, I have to talk to one of my kids.
Yes,
I've got to go as well. But thank you for having me on. It's
nice to meet you, Wildheart. Continue being a king. Good luck with the ladies. Or lady.
Yeah.
Lady tomorrow. Best of luck. Adios. All right. Thanks, chat. Thanks for reviewing with us. We'll see you next time. Adios.